Well, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everyone's doing well. We are here. We are back. Let me start the music. Is this actually going to work?
God. It's like a
There we
well-oiled
go.
machine.
It's almost as if I just spent the last 5 minutes trying to fucking fix it so we can actually have music for tonight.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Well, welcome in, everybody. We're back for episode, what is it, 6 of this campaign now. So, we've got no Woots tonight. We may have a player joining us later. I don't know why he hasn't turned up yet, or if he had something go on. We'll see how that goes. Or we might just run with 5 of us tonight. I'm joined by a ever patient and bow down to him because we don't want to get player killed, Sab.
Yeah.
Modern friend as.
No fun.
Yeah.
Well, you say that now.
Oh, sorry, TPK is no fun.
Our friend Mr. Wes. Twitch.tv/AverScamerWes. Our good friend Mr. Shay.
Howdy.
Twitch.tv/ShadyHD. And then Brad.
Come on, twitch.tv.
Hold on a minute. You said, like, good
Fred.
friend and mod, good friend and ever-patient DM, good friend and fellow streamer, good friend, Shady HD,
and then just
and
Fred.
What's going on there?
Our all-encompassing Goliath that is
Hey.
the major part of the party, Mr. Pred. Everyone give it applause.
Yeah,
Shot him on our
woo.
first Tarkov.
Yeah.
Blew him in the back of the head. Still hasn't forgiven me.
Yeah, I don't give you good intro just because of that.
Correct.
So is this the start of your weekly 24-hour stream, Crush?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Just
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'm not doing
I thought
another
that
one of
was-
them for quite a while.
Man,
Oh,
we get
sorry.
good customs raids in, though, when you
Thought
do
you were-
24-hour streams.
Thought you were doing another one. Thought that was starting again for the weekend. My bad, sorry.
I actually got a clip together, like highlights of that one, and Pred, that raid is going to be like a big clip of just us running around like idiots on customs.
Looking for Rashala. Where is he?
Sleep deprived, about fucking 21 hours in, just running around, just... Rashala!
much?
Where are you, Rashala?
How much of it do you remember in that sort of last 4 hours?
Oh, I
Every
remember it all, but it was just...
Yeah. I'm surprised. I would have thought you'd it'd just go blank in parts.
No, it's one of those surreal moments where you like look back at it as like, was I really doing that stupid shit? One of those moments. Anyway, we're here again for another to continue our D&D adventure. Are we doing introductions or recap first?
Go with introductions. I don't think we did them last week, actually.
I think we skipped them, yeah.
Last
So-
week was a bit of a mess.
Well, didn't end. What a, like it's almost like you didn't have to do them. What? Something?
No, we have to do it again. We go reverse order to make Az happy. We're gonna start with Pred.
What are we doing?
Your character introduction.
Right.
Actually paying attention to start with.
Thought we were recapping. Recapping
That's a
our
good bit.
character introductions.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't remember what I am. Right. Hang on.
It's
That's
gonna be
all
a
right, I got
great
notes.
session, everyone.
I just hope he starts reading out his character from the last campaign.
No, that was the
I am
first one.
Dragonborn. Oh wait, shit, right, wrong one.
Yeah. I'm oath sworn to. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Who am I? I am Vernon. Well, no, Vernon is Vernon. He is a mercenary and monster hunter. Goliath. He travels the land, taking contracts and earning gold. And yeah. I don't know. That's it. He's just a mercenary, just a regular guy, regular big blue gray bald guy.
Yeah, sounds regular. Yep.
Yeah.
Blue grey. Yep.
Blue
You're a
grey,
bird,
yep.
man.
Giant.
You're a bird.
I mean, for his race, he's regular.
Yeah,
See him walking around the streets of Melbourne all the time.
probably do. Yeah. Everybody's been inside for so long, they're probably an off
Got the
grey
tinge
colour.
of blue
yeah.
grey from the fluorescent lights.
Shay,
Yes.
your character.
I'm playing the character of Vizok, who is another Goliath. Oathbreaker Paladin, who is of their usual stature. Big, 8 feet, and bulky fella. Wields two-handed sword, cuts things, Russian. Great.
Has a pet rat.
Has a pet rat called Scritches.
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 Thanks, Brad. I would have forgotten that. That's
That's all
a
right,
very
no,
useful
that's
thing.
that.
That's why notepads
That's
are
your
important.
defining character trait. You have a pet
It really,
rat.
really is.
Yeah.
Wes.
I am Scratch, a male Kenku rogues, a bird race. I stand not big like the other two. I'm 4'7". Weigh about 70 pounds, 27 years old, and yeah, a roguish. So very much fond of shiny trinkets and stealing money and things like that. Adept in the ways of sleight of hand and stealth.
Crush.
I'm playing Ilindir, which is a half-elf sorcerer. Wears a blue robe, carries around a staff, and he's trying not to rub everyone the wrong way, but succeeding in some places, very much not succeeding in others. That's Ilindir.
And as.
Alrighty, my character is Rhapsody. She's a 2'8" halfling bard, although these guys all seem to think that she could be a
Ranger.
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 Because she has only ever seemed to use her bow rather than anything else, except within the halls of the keep, where she actually played quite adequately for the group of people that were there.
We did. We saw
No
the.
mem-
Was it, what was
I have
it?
no
Was it
memory
the
of this.
lute?
No memory of this.
Someone was drunk.
No, you were probably too drunk to actually remember it happening.
You were at
No,
the table.
Never
I
happened. Never happened.
And I believe Ilindir at that particular point in time decided to cast little fireworks sparks within the building
They
The-
traumatized.
the
all.
night-
believe.
Traumatise
Scaring the
everyone.
children.
and
Yeah, I think
traumatized all
scaring
the
the
kids.
children was the main goal at that point in time.
No.
Do it for the kids, he said.
Big pretty sure for kids.
Ah.
I make fireworks spring out of my hands. There's a little thing to entertain the children.
Especially when it's like little lightning things after they just got attacked
scream
by a
and run
lightning
away,
crack.
having recently been attacked by a
I
dragon.
remember seeing something like that on an old Michael Jackson music video at one point in time, I think.
Fuck. That's so good.
Good.
Oh.
So, for the recap, do you remember what's happened last time?
Well,
No,
I
we're
remember the
shopping.
fireworks now. I'd
I
forgotten
remember
that.
we all had a dream.
Was that
Yeah.
last week?
That was last
Yes,
week.
the
that was
dreams
last
were
week.
last
Dreams
week.
were last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to recap the dreams. Just had them.
We all had dreams about something deeply personal to our characters. We went out on a hunting trip to bring back meat for the keep. And we went shopping. I think those are the main things that we get out of the last session, wasn't it?
Yes, and Scratch was playing chess and stole.
I stole some dice.
And he ended up stealing the dice after
That's
cheating
right.
at chess. And then Ilindir didn't actually have the dice, so he ended up making a profit on not having dice in the first place. Ilindir took the money that had been put on the table from
Sneaky,
Scratch.
very sneaky. I'm not going
Um,
to forget that either, by the way.
and then
Hey, you
Scratch
made a
ends
lot
up
more out of it
selling
than
the-
I did.
Scratch ends up selling the dice for more than what he lost to Ilandir.
Magic dice, thank you.
Yes, yes.
Get it right.
They were magic dice because they appeared out of nowhere.
Literally nowhere.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the deer had him. He just didn't have him on his
You
character
made-
sheet.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Deer made 11 gold out of nothing, and I made, what's that, 20 or 14?
25.
14 out of nothing.
See, good fun.
All's well that ends well.
Don't think there was anything else. Oh, and you were.
Yeah, we got our items from the caravan that came through. Grung wandered off to be alone. We haven't seen him since.
Frog things.
To do growing business.
Yep, and then we had
Wrong,
the
make egg.
quest where we were asked to return to the camp and inspect the hatchery in the cave with a 200 gold reward.
But only Ilandir, Rhapsody, and Scratch know that so far.
Or even if it's just a general investigation of the camp would be appropriate. And meet Laosin and his friend at
Protege?
what is it? Elthariel?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
I wrote it down somewhere.
For another quest.
It's one of those hard ones that's annoying to pronounce.
El Turel. El Turel, I'd read it as.
Something like
Bloody
that,
thing.
Yeah, that's what I had too, yeah.
Where's all the Bobs?
Steve and
These.
They're away building.
Oh man, I love Bob the Builder.
Pat is delivering the mail.
Look at his cat.
Don't forget
One
fire,
point
Sam.
of psychic damage taken here.
Oh, yeah, Sam. Yeah, Sam.
Oh,
Sam's putting out
damn.
fires. Mate, Sam might be at the camp putting out all the fires that Fred started.
Sam's the man.
Possible.
It better not be.
Oh yeah.
That was my
Magic
first
is.
magic spell I've ever cast.
First one. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was only a cantrip, but you know.
It
Yeah,
counts.
you gotta start. You gotta start
It counts.
somewhere. Now all of a sudden you've just opened the floodgates. Now just every chance you get.
Yeah. Bonfire, bonfire,
You're gonna
bonfire.
burn that.
Burn! The world must burn.
The leprechaun told me to burn things.
And on that great note, Sam, let's take it away.
Sometimes I forget we're live to people actually watching.
And
20
remember,
minutes in.
and you know, this all goes up on YouTube too. Like, I include all this random shit at the start.
Sometimes
So
I forget. I just forget it happens.
It's the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes playing this so great. It's always going to be different
Oh, you're sweet, Sab.
until you see what I'm throwing at you tonight. If you go to where I think you're going, so you say that now.
Never make assumptions with this group, Sab.
Do you know where we're going?
That's why.
It's where he's going to try and attempt to guide us to go.
Uh-huh.
We haven't got Big Guy getting lost in the forest this time to railroad us into where we're going.
Yeah, we'd still be fucking playing the Lost Mines if I hadn't done that, probably.
Probably.
We'll be trying. Yeah, fuck. Anyway, moving on.
Either way. Yous are all currently asleep in the barracks room that yous have had for a few nights. And yous all successfully complete a long rest without incident. And wake up in the morning.
Without dreams.
Nothing compared to what you had the night before. Just your usual dreams. So whatever you want to make your dream to be, if you dreamed.
Oh, be whatever you want.
Morning.
Wait, do birds yawn?
They can, I suppose, if you want to.
But with more feathers.
I mean, that being said, he's probably heard a few people that are humanoids that have woken up, that have yawned
True.
like that. and have
So now I
assumed that that's what he has to
I
do.
just do it in the morning because it's apparently what people do.
Except like maybe you're like a young girl or something instead. It's just this weird bird. I think that's
How
like
has
the
this
most upsetting.
species survived? They should all be dead.
I'm a real boy.
Fantastic.
Right,
Scratch.
Vernon's getting up and getting some food.
Oh, good morning to you, Vernon. I just want you to just walk out the door.
Walk out the door for food. Don't get between a Goliath and his breakfast, man.
He's very food orientated, this Goliath. Scratch, how'd you sleep?
Very good.
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Very good. No dream.
oh, no dream this time. Oh, that's good. Should we go have some breakfast?
Breakfast sounds good.
Like,
Please
is
make your
Visok in our room or is Visok drunk again?
He was in there, as far as I recall.
Try to snore, but my microphone isn't picking it up.
Just does someone want to go kick the Goliath? Let's kick Visok and see if he wants breakfast.
I'll hop over and start pecking him in the forehead.
What? Yes, hello, Scratch. What is it you want?
Breakfast?
Da. Okay.
Early bird
Fucking
gets
bird.
the worm.
There's a flock of birds go flying overhead, squawking.
Yeah, hear that.
Well, I don't know all the soundscapes and everything, so I'm kind of just making do with what I can find.
Brothers? Howler? Clang?
No, not this time, just wild birds out the window. Like, you'll open the window and scratch the wild birds.
Must find brothers.
We will. And I'll go down, have breakfast.
Easy enough, you find the mess hall, the courtyard areas filled with sort of city people coming in for food. You see some of the remnants from last night's partying sort of thing they had with the caravan that came in, with most of the ale and food taken off from the couple of caravans that they dragged in here.
And some of the leftover meats that we had brought back from the couple of days prior to that from our hunting trip.
Yeah, they're still being processed, but there's a couple of them around.
Well. Oh, yes, Rhapsody, we haven't told the others about the quests that we got from Leosin. Perhaps we should fill them in.
What quest? Vernon's heard in the background. Turns around with his chunk of cold meat.
Investigate the cave.
What cave?
At the camp that we had to rescue that one from.
You mean the camp filled with cultists?
Yes.
Right.
Well, he did say we can investigate the cave. He wants us to investigate the hatchery. Although he did say if we decide not to, we can follow him onto
El Turul.
El Turul and find him there. He'd have other work for us there.
It's a Hatchery now?
Bluebirds.
The cave is a hatchery?
So
The
I
cave
can't
is a
remember. Did he tell us that on our travel, or was it when we were talking to him last?
I can't remember. I think it was when you were talking to the governor. He told you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yes, he wants us to inspect the hatchery. If for any information that we can get from doing that, he will give us a 200 gold reward. Um, Otherwise, a general inspection of the camp would be adequate, or just not go back to the camp, and we forgo the reward and possibly just pick up another quest from him.
Is the camp on the way to the town, or is it off the route?
Good question. No, you sort of had to double back, sort of, to take the main road back up to Arturo.
And being a day and a half trek, that's probably not
That's
what we want
not
to
a
be
day
doing.
and a half. What, to get to where?
To the camp.
The camp's a half-day trek at
Half
best.
day, yeah.
Okay.
You
Wow.
just took your time the previous time. Because they were able, because Scratch and Vernon were able to catch up to you in a few hours.
Very cool.
Excellent.
You just took your time previously because you were following something.
Well, I am currently broke after spending at the caravan, so I'm all for making 200 gold.
Ilandir will sip on his tank of mead and go, I am for going to El Tyrol. I do not want to go back to that forsaken camp.
It's not
It was 200 gold
necessarily
apiece.
surprising.
Don't light a fire this time. You'll be fine.
Well,
We still don't know that he lit a fire.
yeah, you don't know that.
that.
Is he still haven't told us, man?
No.
I don't think he
That
wants
being
us to
said,
know.
nobody's actually asked how it was that he got caught in the first place.
I got asked once and Ilandir dodged the question, so...
You know, it was Ilandir things.
Well, considering how we left that camp with fires and commotion, they're gonna be on very high alert if we decide to go back. That's... Perhaps they could go back at another time, but right now they're gonna be too much on alert and ready for people to come by. It's
They've
gonna
got
be
a
very
road.
hard to... That as well.
Scratch can sneak up and have a peek. What do you think, Visok?
If these are indeed dragon born, I would be more than happy to pay them a visit.
My sword's itching for a workout too.
Yeah, and it was 200 gold a piece, not for everyone, for doing this as well.
Like money, I like killing dragons. I say we go.
Guess we don't have to worry about Scratch's opinion because he'll just do what we tell him to.
What?
Do you say Rhapsody?
Bless you.
I think if we can do it, go and investigate the camp, see what we can find. On the down low, preferably without people seeing that we're around. We'll go in, get close enough to see if there's still lots of people there. It's still a very busy camp. Then perhaps we cut our losses and head to El Turul instead.
That sounds like a good plan. I'm more than happy to hang back. Scratch can cast his telepathy, and you can call me to come charging in if you get spotted. Since I'm not known for my stealth.
And,
Scratch very stealthy.
So,
I agree.
Sorcerer,
Have a plan.
you want to join? Or you want to head ahead to the town?
Oh, I don't feel like traveling those roads alone. I'll come with this plan. I can get behind this plan. It's
Excellent.
Illidir, like, we'll go to Rhapsody. I agree with your plan. I think your insight is good for this one. I'll follow you.
Very
And
well.
what about our frog friend? Has anyone seen him?
I have not seen him since he left before the caravan arrived.
Yet.
Perhaps check his bath. Is that still in here somewhere?
Oh, the sink.
How many?
Izok walks off towards the sink where he's Bro. Froggy friend, are you in your sink?
He's not there.
Oh, Frog.
How many other water sources are there in town?
Is there like a well in the keep that we can go look at?
Oh, I'm sure there probably is, but there's probably too much for you to search in a reasonable time.
Says who? We can search every house's sink if we want.
We'll go house to house.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
You know, you said we wouldn't be playing this campaign in 46 weeks.
Yeah.
It takes
Fuck
us
it
a
up.
week to look around for him, and we still haven't found him.
Now, this
We'll
is
be back next
content
week.
Well,
right
Luke
here.
comes back and he has to just sit there silently while we search houses for him every week. Haven't found yet. Stay quiet, Grog. We let the governor know.
Grog risks his life to save mine. I think we should at least have a look around the keep and see if he's here.
We can tell
Grung must
the
go do
governor
Grung
where we're
things.
headed, and when Grung comes back, he can let him know.
Sounds like a plan.
Where is the governor? Is he awake yet?
He'll be around somewhere. So, you setting off to find the governor?
Yeah, I guess
Yes.
so. Find the
Yeah.
governor.
To advise him that we're heading off.
Right,
See if maybe
I'll-
there's just one last thing that he needs us to do before we leave town.
I'll head out and climb up to the highest point I can and scan the area and see if I can see him.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Him being the governor or Grung?
No, the governor.
Oh, okay.
We're still looking for Grog.
I thought he was,
Uh,
yeah.
No.
Nobody had
okay,
updated
come
his
on.
orders.
6.
6, yeah.
Good.
No,
Good stuff.
you don't.
Yeah,
You have
you're
no
not
idea where
finding
it
it.
is.
No. No.
But
Come back
after,
down and I'll say, Governor, disappear.
You may be up
After-
on the highest point, but can I do a perception check in the room to see if
Go
I
for
can see the governor?
See if he's just eating lunch.
Sitting at the
eating
table
breakfast.
behind us.
22. I got a 22. Yeah. Oh, I hope he's behind us.
just walking into the area, you see the governor not here.
Oh, we probably passed each other and I was just looking down.
Ships of the
As
night
I
to pass
walked.
each other.
You just would have been so focused on getting to the highest point.
That's right.
Even
Yeah.
like,
Wanted
you've
to
just
use
been,
mine.
gotta get to the highest point, gotta get to the highest point, gotta get to the
I
highest
want
point.
to use my acrobatics.
Even knocked into him on the way past. Out of my way!
I could have tried to pickpocket him.
Ah, Governor.
He comes walking.
That's right, there
Oh,
is
yeah.
more in the treasury. Don't forget.
We still need to check out this fucking treasury.
Ah, yes. Can I help you?
Have you seen our little froggy friend, Grung?
I believe he left the camp with the monk.
Oh, he went ahead with the monk.
Yeah. So it seems.
Oh. Would be nice if he told us that.
The monk.
Makes our job easier, though.
No, we don't have to. We're going to leave a message for him with you, but if he's gone ahead with the monk, I don't think he's coming back anytime soon, so we probably don't need to.
I guess not. Yeah.
How's the treasuries looking for paying everybody in the town with that caravan that coming in?
Treasury is pretty much empty now. After paying for what came in last night?
I definitely want to roll an insight check to see if I believe
for it.
that. 20.
20. He's being honest.
Son of a bitch.
That's not the insight Wes wanted to hear.
Grung
Yeah.
hangs. Grung hang. Scratch.
Grung.
Scratch hangs. Grung. I'm confused. I'm
We
so
are all
confused with
grung.
disappointment. I don't know what's happening anymore. Don't know what voice to use.
We're about to head out, Governor. Is there anything else you need?
Just let me, if you're going to the camp, let me know. Send word if it's still there or not. I'd like to know if we have to keep our guard so high, or if we can start relaxing again and getting back on with our normal work.
We'll do what we can.
There you go. Then he goes off and starts going towards off to get his breakfast. You gonna say something else?
Yeah, I was going to say that should be easy enough to do, as we've more or less got to come back past here to head back out to where we needed to go anyway.
True enough. So drop in before you leave, and we'll have a quick chat. Then I'll send yours on your way.
Excellent.
Or you can rest here for the night before you leave.
Well,
Very well.
let's
Rather
go
than making
to
camp
the
on the
raider
road.
camp.
Pretty well.
Vernon
So-
turns and starts walking out of the keep.
Okay. So you all
We'll do a
follow.
follow. Yep.
So you know the way to go. You go past the caravan. Scratch, you pick up your rapier from the caravan.
I'll inspect it. I'll look at it closely and whip it around the air, and it makes some whipping, whooshing noises a few times.
It feels a little bit different to what you're used to, but nothing bad. It has a slight glow to it now that it didn't before.
Glow stick.
No, not quite like that. It's just more like a sheen on it. It doesn't glow necessarily. So
It almost has more of that highly polished metal look instead, with the sun
Pretty
glaring off it.
I was
So
waiting for
you're
the
gonna
zero,
do some
zero,
Cross
zero.
stitching there, bird.
What was that?
Are you going to do some cross stitching?
With that, I just gently stick it into Vernon's leg.
Oh my god.
That's a sword. Vernon points towards Visok's great sword on his back. This is a sword. Vernon pulls his long sword out. That's a toothpick.
Stab him with the
Illidir like
pointy end.
just stomps his staff on the ground. It's like, this is a staff. Are we done pointing out the obvious?
Hmm.
Hold
Good for
on.
walking.
And I pull out my longbow. It's now actually a longbow that is adequately sized for myself to actually make use of and utilize correctly.
yes, a longbow
But-
for you is a short bow for other races.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that like a short bow? Like,
Yeah. Like a half short bow?
Is it half orc sized?
No. Magical items.
Nothing in this campaign is half orc sized.
Magical items also magically enlarge and shrink to suit the person who's actually wielding them. So
Well, that's fancy.
I get one last little poke into Vernon's leg and then sheathe my rapier.
No
And walk
one's
away.
disputing that a needle isn't sharp.
I mean, what's big for you is what big for Scratch there is it's a long sword for him, or a decent sized sword for him. It's like Frodo.
Mm.
Frodo's got a little fucking dagger compared to everyone else, but it's a sword for a hobbit.
Yep. Still makes it a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Stick him with the pointy end.
Next, you're going to tell me you're doing water dancing. It'll give me an excuse to say, what are you doing? Practicing ways to die?
Illidir hearing this is just like shaking his head. He's walking away. He's gone.
So he's continued down the path that he's had previously travelled to go to the camp. Who's going to lead this? march through to.
I think Ellendere's leading, right? Is
At this
so,
point, yeah.
yeah.
So roll a perception check, Crush.
What
To the
could
edge
go
of town,
wrong?
Illidir is leading. Outside town, Illidir is not leading. Perception, dirty 20.
30-20. Okay. So towards the edge of town, you don't see anything out of the ordinary on the road.
Guys, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Perhaps we should keep going.
We never stopped going, did we? I'm still walking.
Yeah, I kept walking.
Illidir stopped to let other people pass, so he's on the front of the group and is
Alright.
continued on walking.
On the road again.
Going to get on the road again. Guys,
Come on,
should we have
sing it with me, Shrek?
should we have a song while we're on the road, guys?
We do have a bard.
A traveling song. Yes. I haven't heard the bard sing yet.
The bard doesn't sing. She simply plays her music.
Can you give us a march or two?
And I'll grab out my lute and I'll play a little catchy tune as we're wandering along.
Can you
I want
skip as
British
you do it?
Grenadiers as we march.
I have the talent. I probably could. I have the
feel like you should
dexterity. I could
skip
do
a
it.
little bit. I feel like
Bit
you
of
should
fight.
skip a little bit while you do that.
Is Rhapsody skipping or?
If it wants to be. Roll a performance check.
That's a 17.
17. It's a pretty catchy tune, and it's all stuck in your heads after a number of minutes.
Oh,
Mhm.
start skipping too.
Illidir is trying to get on the fun, just dancing along as we go. Scratch, dance
So-
with us. That's,
Already
that's
am,
your
I'm-
order.
Excuse me, Sirenscape.
Oh
Oh
yeah, I need something.
Sirenscape.
I haven't got any music queued up because I don't know this thing.
DJ, spin that shit.
I miss you, Luke.
Now, do you remember what a lute sounds like?
I can type in loot and hope I find something.
Someone's
The
getting
minute we
on
get
the
some
phone.
bongo.
By the
Someone
time he
called
finds it, you'll be done.
Traveling music. There we go.
Yeah, that'll do. I was thinking something maybe a little bit more upbeat, but that'll do.
Yeah, well, we
Biggest
got
garbage
someone to a
shoes is here.
funeral.
It's a funeral dirge.
Skipping along.
Vernon's not skipping to this song. This is a plotting song.
So just shakes his head and keeps walking.
It's a very
Scratch
strange
just
group of
walks with a little bit of swagger.
So, after a couple of hours, you make it to the initial. 1-2 hours. You make it to the initial pit where you ambushed that initial group of cultists.
The body's still here?
Well, actually, no. You make it to the junction where best you can go down there, or you can continue down the other path. Which way do you want to go?
It's up to the sneaky ones.
Well, that's the way we know how to get there, isn't it?
Technically, yes, because it's the way you've taken back. So,
Yeah, I say we just head back down that route because, well, we know that way. I'd rather go that way and have it take a little longer than go the other way and get completely lost.
roll a perception. Whoever's leading or directing or whatever, roll a perception check.
Yeah, I may as well. I'm probably out front skipping anyway. Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 14.
14. In your skipping and dancing state, you don't notice anything at the moment.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
Well, I mean, my music would have probably caused people or things to have either disappeared from view or come to see what was going on.
So you continue on and you make it to the camp that you ambushed the other cultists in.
How are the bodies still there?
Roll an investigation check if you want to look for the bodies.
Seven.
Oh, I did one better. I got an 8.
8. From what you can tell, you just can't see any bodies.
Great.
Just like 6 bodies lying right in front
Yeah,
of us.
I'm just like standing on top of a body. And I don't see anything.
Let me just get up on this little mound for a better view.
Yeah. What is that
Nope.
smell?
Nope, nobody.
Ilandir is going to go up to where the rocks that we threw down and have a look around as well. And I got a 7.
Yeah, it looks
We're
how
so
he's,
fucked
how
tonight.
he's left it.
So, knowing that he is not the most observant, stands back and lets the others do the observing.
I got a 15.
15. You see body parts that have been they're skewered, they're scattered all over the place.
Is
Can
one
I
under
work out
Vernon's roof?
why they're not intact like we left them?
Roll a nature check.
16?
16. Looks like the work of some animals. Judging from what you can sort of tell, some bears and some wolves have made a meal of these corpses.
Well, it looks like the wildlife around here have had a bit of fun with the corpses that were left behind. At least it's not
Interesting.
stinking the place up.
What corpses? Oh, those corpses that you point out to me. Okay.
The cultists don't come back for their dead.
I mean, that could be a good thing for us.
Be a very good thing for us.
Surprised. They're a bunch of savages.
So he's going to continue on.
Yep.
Yep. Although I will put away my loot now so that we're not announcing to the world that we're continuing to go the direction we are.
There you go.
They make you change the music
Sorry, Scott.
again.
Sorry,
I'm
Scott.
on it. I'm on it.
So you just continue traveling for another hour or two. It's about lunchtime now. And you know about 15 minutes away from where you currently are is the edge of the Raiders camp.
Right. Well, do you want to
What?
go ahead and Visok and I will stay back? How long does your telepathy last, Scratch?
Depends on my role.
Excellent. 1 minute?
It would be a minimum of an hour.
Ah. And it's only 15 minutes away, so that'll be fine.
So that should work. And it has a, what is it? I think it's like a 1 kilometer radius.
A mile,
Excellent.
I think.
A mile.
What time of day is it by the time we arrive?
Just said it was lunchtime.
It just
Pay
said lunchtime.
attention, Crush.
Sorry, I'm trying to change music and do everything else as well.
Oh, excuses.
Excuse.
You know, Woots, we already know that.
I know, I'm no fucking woots, okay? Perhaps we should go to the tree lines to the north of the camp, or away from the camp, and wait until nightfall before trying to get close enough in case there are people still there.
You don't need to wait till nightfall. Just don't stand up and silhouette yourself on the ridge and you'll be fine.
So what are you doing?
At this point, I'm just looking backwards and forwards between the people speaking.
Scratch, you seem to be able to move around reasonably freely. They
Scratch,
didn't
very
s-
stealthy.
They didn't see you coming into the camp with us that night. If you
Scratch,
are
very
seen,
stealthy.
they may not recognize you as being one of us. Perhaps you can go in and see what's going on, and then come back and let us know.
Scratch, I'll slowly pulls my new rapier out into a ready position.
Don't forget to cast telepathy, Scratch.
perhaps put the rapier away for now and just go sneakily and try not to engage the enemy.
Okay.
Silent recon.
Slide the rapier back into my sheath. So, psychic whispers. 2 people.
Your choice.
You only 2. Sure, the others will tell us. Or they just walk off.
Okay. Being that only it's Rhapsody and Illandir are left, I will cast psychic whispers with those 2. And it will last for 6 hours.
Oh god.
Well, we get to hear Smart Scratch for 6 hours straight. Awesome. Illidy hasn't heard Smart Scratch yet.
Nope, neither's Rhapsody.
Oh, that feels better. Oh, so what are we doing?
You are going into
What the fuck? Scratch, is that you?
Yeah, Illandir, what's your language? There's no
Vernon
need for
sees the surprise on Illandir's face and just shakes his head because he knows exactly what's just happened. Come on, Visok. Introduce me
need.
to your pet rat while they organize all this.
So suddenly it becomes much more animated. Oh, you're going to love it. This is Scratches.
Google eyes just
Trails
wander
off.
off to the side, play with the rat.
Just go hide in a tree line or a bush somewhere.
Okay,
Okay,
so
Scratch runs off and hides in the trees nearby.
Scratch.
I said that a lot.
Ignore what he's saying. Obviously, he doesn't understand what's going on. We are sending you in towards the camp. You are going to go in stealthily and see what you can find. If there are a lot of people there, then we abandon the mission. If there is only a very small number, then perhaps we might investigate the camp. And
That old
The
bloke wants us
hatchery.
to get into the cave, right?
that's right.
That's it.
Old bloke.
Wait a
Leosin isn't
second.
old.
Isn't he? Oh, I just
No.
assumed he was.
He's a half elf. He doesn't look old.
Ah, my bad.
They don't age.
How old is he?
Like 30s.
I'm only 27, so.
You know, old to Scratch.
Yeah.
How old is that for a half orc? I measure everything in D&D by a half.
Oh, I've started a not good meme there, haven't I?
Okay, so Scratch assumes his stealthy stance
Okay.
and starts making his way towards the camp through any cover, bushes, trees that's available.
Roll a stealth check.
Fuck, the whole thing hinges on this roll.
Does it?
Oh, man. Fuck, 17.
17. That's good. Okay.
It's not bad.
You think you're being very stealthy?
I think
God.
I always think I am. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Exactly.
It's just normal.
It's just whatever the DM rolls now for
Mm.
whatever happens to be there.
Mhm. Okay. So you're about you're made it through and you're towards the edge of the Raiders camp. Roll an
Mhm. Can I see on the map whereabouts on this?
Which direction did you?
Where do we come from? So I think we came from like the northern side last time.
Yeah,
didn't we?
you're over this way somewhere. You're
This
following
way
pretty much the
somewhere.
same route. So
Yeah. Okay.
so roll a perception check to see what you see.
Perception. Fuck's sake.
He's not saying much.
Is that a 1?
11.
11. Okay. You see smoke rising from the camp, the watchtowers, and you don't
Okay.
see any movement.
All I can see at the moment is smoke from all the fires. This is obviously telepathically.
Are there lots of fires or only a few fires?
What did I see, Sab? How many plumes of smoke did I see?
You see a fair bit,
There's the
but you can't quite tell where it's all coming from.
I'm not real good.
Not with that
I'm
perception.
I'm not real good at counting, but I can see a fair bit.
Is there any movement?
Can't see anything at the moment, just the smoke.
We might be lucky. They may have abandoned camp recently. Perhaps go in a little further.
Should I stay down the bottom or should I get up on top of the cliff face?
Use the cliff
Perhaps
face.
go around the cliff.
Stay
I've got
on
my
top
I've got
of
my-
the cliff.
I've got my pitons. I can climb.
I would stay up at the top of the cliff. Follow the cliff face up
Okay, so
rather
I'm
than
going
going
to
into the camp.
continue in my stealthy stance and head south around the edge on top of the cliff.
Roll another stealth check to make sure you're still staying stealthy.
Of course I am. 22.
You think no one's seen you yet?
I love the way he says it every time. You think. He always says you think you're being stealthy.
I mean,
roll
you
a
could
fi-
roll
you
a
roll a-
27 and you'd
You
still
roll
be
a
only
58
thinking.
stealth check and he's like, oh, you think you're being stealthy? And you just puts that little bit of doubt in your mind. You're like, what's happening? Okay, so I'm heading towards. I can't remember how to do the little thing on this.
If you're holding your, if you got it on your map, on the arrow button, you hold down your left mouse button.
Ah, yeah, okay, right.
Okay. So roll another perception check to see what you see again.
So I guess
From your
yeah,
new vantage.
I've probably headed to about this corner here,
Okay.
about there. Perception.
Yep.
Nat 20. Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay. So from your new vantage point, you can see that all of the tents have been burnt, and the watchtowers are also burnt down.
Okay, so
You see no movement, and you see that the front area in front of the gates is strewn red.
and if I look towards the cave,
Oh no!
Wrong. What did you do?
Towards the front of the cave, you
Yeah.
don't see anything.
nothing.
see some-
The
you see
cave's
some-
not blocked
you see
or
some
gated or anything.
Tracks. That's it.
Nothing. Okay.
Nothing.
The
As it
tracks
turns-
or cracks?
Tracks.
As it turns out, everything's on fire. The watchtowers, the tents, it's all been burnt. And I think Grung's trap at the front did something. But there's no movement. I can't see anyone. There's no one here.
What about the cave? Is there anything there noticeable?
Just some tracks out the front of it. No movement.
You just knew there was some tracks in front of it previously, so you're not sure if they're fresh or old ones, and you can't tell from up at that vantage
Yeah.
point.
Can with his investigation, can he see if there are any sort of charred bodies laying around the place from the people who may have gotten caught in the fires?
He's too high up for seeing that, because he's probably at this stage 75 foot up looking down.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
if there's no movement, everything's burned, either burning or burnt to the ground. I'll turn to Rapsine. I'm saying this. Can you, like, with the telepathy, can you say it out loud and
No,
send it?
we
No.
have to.
You have to relay through Scratch for the telepathy. You can't immediately contact Rhapsody.
Yeah,
we're
so-
talking, like, because we're standing right next to each other, can I talk to her, but I can't send it at the same time?
We
So
can think it at the same
send-
time.
Thinking it to Scratch, but
Scratch.
saying it out loud for me to hear at the same time.
Mm.
Yeah,
could do
that's
that, yeah.
I can do that. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll turn to Rhapsody and go, well, if there's no movement, everything's either burnt to the ground or burning. Perhaps we should go take a closer look. Perhaps meet Scratch at the front gate and go from there.
Sounds like a decent enough plan, and I turn around to find out what Vizok and Vernon are doing and advise them of what's happening.
you see these two massive Goliaths playing with this little rat in between them.
If I turn my finger around like this, he does circles.
Oh, his little feet tickle.
Duh.
Boys, playtime's over. We've got a
Oh.
camp to investigate.
Killing time. Excellent.
Well, you may not get to kill anything. It seems that our little fire that we started last time may have potentially burnt the entire camp down. And
Bonfire is an excellent
What did you
cantrip.
do?
and the trap that Grung set on the way out seems to have done a little bit of damage to them from what Scratch has told us.
That
So
frog.
we're going to go and meet Scratch at the cave at the camp entrance and make our way through to the cave towards the cave and see what we can find.
I'll lead the way, Rhapsody.
And I relay this back down to Scratch and say we'll meet you at the entry to the camp. We'll be over there shortly.
Roger.
So you all meet up 15 minutes later at the front of the camp,
Mm-hmm.
and you see in front of you a strewn of red bloody body parts, and some wagon marks and some other things, and some other tracks going through the entranceway.
Can I make out if the wagon tracks and stuff are venturing out or
Roll an
going
investigation check.
in?
Anyone else who wants to also have a look, figure it out?
I will investigate.
That would be a 17.
Nope, not interested in trying to find out. Don't. Nope.
Yeah, I've started looking elsewhere and just forgotten what I was looking at.
Nope. I
'Cause
just I walk forward and like I am investigating, and then I start to pretend I'm just looking for worms in the dirt.
Because I basically I want to see if I can determine whether or not the track
abandoned
marks are
camp.
there of them going in from having arrived to the camp, or if they're outbound as if they're evacuating.
Yep. But what do you roll, Pred?
12.
12. The tracks are going out for the freshest ones that you can make out of.
Is there a lot of them, or is it only like a half? Like I'm thinking when I was like knowing how many people were there, I'm thinking maybe a dozen carts heading out would make sense.
There is quite a lot of overlap, and it's hard to get a proper number, but it looks like there's a fair few that have left.
Okay, and I'll pass this information on to the guys and just say, look, it looks like there's been a lot of movement heading out from here. I would think it's safe to say that they have abandoned this camp. At least the majority of the previous occupants.
I'll telepathically say to Rhapsody, yeah, and there's no worms.
Okay, no worms. Got it.
And you like look at the strewn like blooded parts and everything. Go. Well, it looks like they paid a cost for leaving. That's for sure.
Well, Brunk certainly knew what he was doing when he put down his trap.
Yeah, and the trap has from what you could tell with your investigation, the trap got people going both ways. So people coming into the camp and people leaving it.
Telepathically, I said, the frog did this?
I love that frog.
Yes, as we were leaving the other night, Grung hung back for a couple of minutes after we had moved out, and he set a trap. I believe it was to do an entangling of some description. Obviously, it's got people on their way out and people coming back in as well, so it must have been there for a while.
It lasts for an hour, I think it was.
Yeah.
I will never be walking behind the frog again.
Oh, he deliberately hung back to make sure that we were all in front of him before he let it slip.
It's a shame. It's a shame the frog went with the monk. He'd be proud to see his work.
Oh, we can tell him what happened. I'm sure he knows how good it is.
Telepathically, I'll say, Rhapsody, you're a bard. You could write a song about this to sing to him when he gets back.
Oh, I'm a composer of music, of melody, not of song.
Perhaps you could compose him a melody about the effectiveness of his trap.
Still telepathically, I'm sure Visok would be more than happy to sing.
Quite possibly. That would be interesting to see.
Is that all I just imagined is like if he's like dancing doing like the Russian kick dance?
Well, should we head into the camp? Vernon's completely oblivious to the conversation that's being telepathically said.
Yes, we should be good to go in, at least for the moment. A lot of people have left here. It does look like they've evacuated. We should be clear of most things. I'm not sure what's going to happen over at the cave mouth, though, as that was believed to be a hatchery.
Bluebirds.
Yes, Scratch. There may still be bluebirds there, and people guarding those bluebirds.
Well, Vernon starts heading into the camp.
As you enter the camp, the smell of burning reaches your. Really starts hitting you more than where you were at the front gate. It's more than just the smell of burning canvas. There's a lingering smell of death also mixed in with it.
Ooh, going by the
Ugh.
smell, I suspect there was quite a few that potentially didn't make it out of camp. Ugh.
It's the smell of battle.
As you walk further in,
I don't really care what the smell is. It isn't pleasant.
as you get further in, you get to the camp where Leosin and Illidir were held captive, and the others that you didn't rescue were also held. And who wants to take a look, if anyone?
I will.
I go to have a look again and get the sidetracked again and just start looking elsewhere because I can't roll for shit tonight.
No, you get hit by your memories and decide you can't really look at that again.
We're doing investigation again, yeah?
Yeah. Or
I was like, start dry heaving, remembering the gag that was in my mouth, just like, and like just go fun, like go off a little bit.
What'd you roll?
15.
I also
We're at two
got-
twos in a row.
Hey, same here. The two brothers.
So, Predator, as you see put onto pikes, you see the other prisoners' heads that were in the camp at the time when you broke out the other two.
I wonder how they had time to do this with the fires going. This is barbaric.
priorities of madmen. Or mad dragons, as it may be. Shall we keep going? There's no point staring at these corpses.
Well, there's not the corpses, it's just their heads.
Oh, heads.
Let's go see if they left anything behind in this cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So you see a cave entrance just past this that's wide open. You roll a perception check to see if you see anything at the entranceway or anything. Or was
10.
That's a 12.
18.
20.
18?
What's that?
Okay. All look safe. You don't see anything or anyone in the immediate area for it. or even just inside, but it starts to go dark pretty quickly inside.
Telepathically, I'll say to Rhapsody and Ilandir, we should be careful and quiet.
I do agree.
So do I. Scratch, are you able to see in the dark, or...?
Definitely not.
Vernon
I'm not
takes
able to
out
see
his
in the dark
torch
either.
and lights it and steps into the cave.
Ilandir will
Of course
reach
he
out,
does.
grab Vernon by the back, and like yoink him back.
You are a half elf. I am a Goliath.
I-
There is no yoinking me back.
I'm trying
just-
to yoink. I want to do a
Vernon,
strength.
like,
You are
just
dragged along
Drag
behind.
behind.
Contested strength check.
I
With
want to do a
disadvantage.
strength check.
Yeah, roll a strength check. Roll a athletics.
Athletics or strength?
Surely,
Oh,
it's
either
got to be
one.
with. It's got to be with disadvantage. Surely.
What's Fred get?
18.
Damn it, 16.
Yeah, you try to
You're
drag
getting
him
dragged
back.
along with him.
He
I
just
will
gets
use-
out of your...
I'll use prestidigitation to to put out the torch and say to
You can do
Vernon.
that.
Sorry.
Prestidigitation can do that.
Yeah. I'll do that to turn off, to unlight the torch. And Vernon, we need to be a bit quieter and maybe a little bit stealthy walking in. I can see in the dark without the use of light. Perhaps
None
if I can have
of
a
us
look.
can see in the dark. What are we? You're going to tie a rope around all of us and
What I'm
lead the
saying
way.
is, let me look into the cave so I can see a bit deeper before we start putting a torch in there in case there's, I don't know, people hiding in there waiting for us to walk in with a big torch going, hello, here we are.
What are you going to do when
Vernon,
you find
Vernon,
these people
Vernon,
hiding?
Vernon, my friend. If he wants to stick his head in a cave to get chopped off, it's his choice. You tried to do the job that you were hired for. If he wants to then walk in and get himself killed, it's not on your fault.
Very well. I will play with the rat.
Ilandir
Vernon
will
turns
go-
around to Visik and starts playing with the rat.
Ilandir will pretty much go to the edge of the entrance and try and see. Well, I've got dark vision, so 60 feet.
Yeah,
See if there's anything I can see.
Why isn't that updated on your...
Probably because I haven't got the window. There we go.
So you're on the right one? Yeah.
I'm alright one now.
So the cave entrance is over here.
Mhm.
And the map is not to scale again because, yeah, didn't want to snap properly. So the grids are 5 feet.
So grids of 5.
Yep.
So pretty much.
So from the entrance to the second thing that looks like a pillar is about 60 feet
60.
according to the ruler.
Yeah, so I'll pretty much go there and try to see as far in as I can just to see if I
Roll
can see if
perception.
there's an immediate ambush or something.
Roll perception check.
10.
10. All clear from what you can see.
Step up cautiously behind him and give him a little nudge, as in fake pushing him in, but nudging him a little bit.
Ilandir will stumble, turn around, just look at Visok and I thought we were bearing the hatchet, Visok.
I've just turned around and I'm looking off into the distance. Sorry, did you say something, my friend?
I will use prestidigitation just to do a bright spark just up in his face, just to make him step back a little bit. If you want to play games, I can play them too.
Telepathically,
Visok doesn't move.
telepathically to Ilandir, I say, so this is keeping the lights off?
Yeah.
It's still daylight outside.
Having seen the spark, Vernon relights his torch and starts walking into the cave, thinking that was the signal that it was all clear.
Totally out of character. This looks like it might take a while. I'm just going to get a beer.
Fair enough.
I unsheath my greatsword and follow Vernon into the cave.
Yeah, this is the one I was glad we didn't get to last week when I had that fucking migraine.
Yep. yeah, Elandir will start following in behind Visok.
Okay.
It's 30 feet, right, for a torch? Or was that
No,
I think it
believe
was
so.
about 20.
20?
I think it was 10 was okay. It was normal light, and then another 10 feet out was dim light.
Where's mine?
Vernon
I've
keeps
got a hooded lantern.
walking further in. Do a investigation and look around.
Roll.
Yep. Yep. Vernon
I
can't
get
see
a
shit.
19 for investigation.
Nice.
Whew.
I got a 3. I rolled a
Even
1.
them out. Just take mine. Just take mine. Don't even them out.
From what you can see of the area, it looks like there's been a lot of activity recently.
I tell what kind of activity?
A lot of movement in and out of the cave. There is a lot of footprints overlapping each other, both coming in and going out.
Telepathically, I say to Elandir and Rhapsody, so what's the plan? What are we doing? Good chat. Cool. Good
I
plan, guys.
believe we're going into the cave and having a look around.
Do you guys want me to stay out here in like the daylight and like keep watch or something?
No, come with us. Just stick close.
Are you sure?
I think it's better for us if we're going into a cave. We don't know what's in here. All of us be
Yeah,
together.
that's right. Yeah, we don't know. It's very dark.
Never split the party.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, Crusher's learned that one.
Hey,
I'm
I've gotten some
maintaining-
good RP out of every time I've done it.
Scratch maintains his very stealthy stance and cowardly look in his eyes and follows close behind Elandir.
Roll a stealth check if you're gonna be stealthy.
Always stealthy. Fuck. 12.
Okay.
Elandir is not even trying to be stealthy after, following the two big Goliaths in.
So far, you haven't found anything or noticed anything. Nothing's come charging at you at the moment. So
As it gets darker, I'll pull out my little hooded lantern as well because I'm scared of the dark.
So I will say you, because I do have fog of war on this, you cannot see this passageway over here at the moment. You do not know about this.
We're not seeing
We
that.
can't see that ping.
Never
You
where?
can't see that. It's hidden
Where?
by the darkness.
No, we
around-
can't see your ping.
Fuck. Jam there. So you cannot see. You do not know about this passageway yet.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, because I don't have fog of war on, I have not hidden it. So you cannot see this passageway yet.
All right, so when we get close enough, we'll be able to see that there's that
If
downward
you-
slope on the other side, though.
Yeah, that way you can see. There's a couple of braziers lit further along, lighting passageways, and they lead you to the right, down to the right at the moment.
We're
Down-
back to
down to the
5
left, sorry.
foot squares.
Yeah, they're 5 foot squares.
Yep. Cool.
So down and to the right is a dark passageway that nothing is lighting up, but veering off to the left goes off. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. Well,
Well,
Looks like they suddenly left in a hurry.
slowly moving forward. Yeah.
Elandir's following.
Keep in mind some of these things.
Can you hear anything, Visok?
Yet. Very. Yes.
The air is
And don't
still.
plug.
Keeps
So-
moving forward.
Elandir, having the dark vision, seeing past the light of the torch, is just scanning everywhere, trying to see if there's any enemy, just see anything, basically.
So that passageway is actually hidden so that you can't see it unless you are in a certain spot. So you're not at that spot yet to be able to even look for it.
Oh, I'm just saying I'm
I know.
constant
I
aware
know.
that, yeah.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just saying that just because you get to that point and you can see 60 feet, you don't necessarily automatically see that
I
passive.
found
Yeah.
a rock.
Are they rocks or pillars?
They're pillars.
I found a pillar.
I just wanted to know.
Yep.
Congratulations, you found a pillar in a cave.
Say telepathically to Ilandir, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Do you see anything, Rhapsody?
I
No.
nervously draw my rapier from its sheath.
Little bird friend, you are the sneaky one, yes? Might
Scratch very stealthy.
Might you... How good are your ears?
Above average.
What say you sneak ahead? See if you can hear anything.
I turn and look at Ilandir.
Given the fact we're walking through with a torch, perhaps we should stay together for now. Scratch may be sneaky, but he can't see in the dark. I think safety in numbers in this situation's the best option.
That being said, we probably don't need the torch where we are now because
There's a couple of
this
torches on the wall.
hallway's lit up now, isn't it?
There's a couple of torches on the wall that sort of outline it, but it's not overly well lit.
But lit enough that we can see that there's
You can make out the basic features
not
of
much there.
it. Yeah.
Is there any features on the wall, like any carvings, anything distinguishable
Roll
on the walls?
investigation check if you want to check out the walls.
Check out the
Uh,
walls.
That is a
Scratch looks
dirty
back and
20.
forth.
30-20. It is a rough
Oh.
hewn out cave. There is nothing distinctive about it.
Nothing distinctive.
Uh,
Scratch, stay with us.
Scratch continues to nervously hold his rapier in front of him.
Okay, who's that up ahead? Vernon.
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 Ilandir is going to telepathically say to Scratch, Your order for right now is stay close. Don't scout ahead or anything. Stay close to me.
Sure thing, boss.
So that room you've entered, Vernon, is a bit different to the rest of the cave. As Visok stops above, it's got mushrooms and fungi all littering the area.
Ah. Do I recognize these mushrooms?
Roll a nature check. Goblins? There's no goblins in this cave.
21.
21. You recognize that they are a type of mushroom. Some of them are harmless mushroom, but mixed in is you recognize some fungi that actually will attack you if you disturb it.
Ah. Vernon turns back towards the party and gestures towards the fungi that will attack you if you disturb it. Be careful of this. It will attack you if you disturb it. It is a dangerous fungi.
You're lucky that I rolled a crappy number to get them to attack you when you walked in there.
the mushroom?
The mushroom. Yes.
It will attack me.
Yes.
Apparently the food attacks you around here.
Probably related to Grung.
No.
Okay, so
I following Vernon, merely avoiding the sentient mushrooms.
So with Vernon pointing out whereabouts the ones that will attack you are, you can make it through easy enough. Take you a few minutes to get through, but
Excellent. Just follow me and do not disturb them.
Ilandir will follow as well. Come on, Scratch.
Okay. So you slowly make it across the room. Use it to where this bridge is. You see a bridge up ahead that's going across. So you made up to here. And then the fungi is not in front of you anymore. There is a couple of them, but nothing very much.
The bridge is above us.
Yep.
Yep.
But up ahead you see, hanging from the ceiling, a lot of bats.
But can you see
How,
anything, sorcerer?
Can I see? Can I do a perception to see if I see anything?
Go for it.
how high up is this bridge?
I see jack shit.
30 feet. Would you roll 1?
That one.
Okay. So as far as you can tell, there's just...
There's bats on the ceiling, and I don't know.
Do I know much about the nature of bats?
Roll me an intelligence check. Or a wisdom check. Make it a wisdom.
That's a 17.
17. You know that you shouldn't be startling them. Because they'll... And that sometimes other things might hang out with bats.
Is there any light sources in the room with the bats, or is it completely dark?
There's a couple of torches in there. There's
Is
only
it-
one or two. There's one or two just scattered here, every like 10, 15 feet. There's like a torch stuck to the wall.
So there's enough light that if we had no light source ourselves, we'd be able to still see, like,
It'd be dim light, yeah.
still be able to get through.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gather that whoever comes through here doesn't necessarily need a lot of light to see properly.
Okay. We should be okay with these bats. In theory. Provided we're quiet going through and don't startle them. Usually where there are bats, there are some other critters around. They could be a little bit nasty towards us. But again, so long as we don't startle the bats, we shouldn't startle their friends either.
Yeah, you know that there's sometimes sturges hanging out with bats from some of the stuff from your days traveling.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should extinguish the torch for now and relight on the other side of these bats.
I'll reluctantly twist the little
The bats.
dial
The,
on my lantern and put it back in my backpack.
the bats would be able to feel the heat of the lamp as they would feel the heat from our bodies. But they wouldn't be seeing it, and as long as we're quiet, we shouldn't disturb them.
So roll
They-
stealth check to get across the room.
Yep.
All of yous.
At 20.
22.
Four.
Wes?
10.
Okay. Fred?
11. I just want to know, how come the two Goliaths are more stealthy than the rest of the party, who keeps talking about we need to be stealthy, we need to be stealthy? And
I've been taking notes. Izok has been taking notes.
Yeah, we're
And being
apparently stealthy.
That's my third 2 tonight already. Like, within the last, 4 or 5 rolls, that's my third 2.
Well, I've upgraded to 3, so I'm on the way up.
Yeah, but you got a +8, so you're lucky.
Plus 7. Luckily,
Plus
got me to 10.
Got
Well-
a -1, and I rolled higher than you.
We got a group, a group
It's a
over
group.
10.
Yeah, if you had have had 2 more people get under 10 or under 10, you would have failed, but enough of you's passed that you can shepherd Ilandir quietly through without making too much noise that would draw the attention of the bat.
So thank you.
So you-
My 10 was a win. Fuck
There's
you.
a win.
Yep.
Vernon just
Yeah,
picks
and-
Ilandir up and carries him across the. Yeah.
Get your hands off me! I
Don't
can
make
walk
noise,
myself.
sorcerer. We're being stealthy.
I am being
Yeah, you're
stealthy.
sitting there complaining, and you're being trying to be stealthy, but you're sitting there yelling and screaming at him for picking
Yeah.
you up. Yet you're the one saying we have to be quiet. Yet you're being the one since we've walked in here saying we need to be stealthy. Need to be stealthy.
No, I was just doing it for flavour, but anyway.
Okay, so he's making over. Which side are you going to go? To the left, to the right, or straight ahead?
First thing I do is put the
Like
sorcerer
over
down.
here now?
Yep, you're over that side. You're past this. Yeah. So he's going to be over this side more, here, or here.
Sokka emerges out of the shadows, surprising everyone.
Ah!
That's it. That's all. I rolled a nat 20. I had to do something.
I'm Batman.
Now those little slopes in front of us there to the center,
Yeah.
are they little
Like
slopes
little-
heading down or heading up?
They're like a ledge that drops down like 10 feet. And they're going down deeper into the cave.
Telepathically, also, what can you see, Elandy?
Okay, so from there...
Yeah, we got no torch anymore, so.
Yeah, I
There's
can
still
see, like,
some light.
into that room, into... So there's a fair distance into all the rooms. So... I'm gonna make it... Am I allowed to make a perception check?
Which room you're looking in?
I'll look on the one... So I'll go from left to right.
Okay.
Look into all of them. See if I can see anything distinguishable and a path we should be taking. Nat 20 on the room to the left. Where was that last roll?
Okay, so the room to the left, you hear some noise coming from in there. You don't necessarily see what's making it, but you hear it.
Is it a noise that's familiar to me?
Roll a wisdom check.
A wisdom check. Wisdom is 19.
19. This is not a noise you are familiar with.
Okay. So, looking at the room in front of us, that is a 14.
14. Okay. That room is harder for you to see in because of the drops as it goes down. It drops 10 feet every time you try and look down, so you can see just the edge, and it looks like there's a bunch of discarded random trash down there. You see some glintering of metal flashing in the light that's down there off the candles, off the torches on the walls.
Okay. And then room to the right. That is a 9.
Okay, you smell something coming from that room. And it doesn't smell good.
Milady will relay this to the group. His findings are... Definitely... So those noises, could I tell if they were like a lot? Like, it's not familiar to me, but can I tell?
They're
it's
moving around.
movement. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's something moving to the left. Straight ahead, I can't see much except there's metal something down there. And room to the right, I can smell something coming from there, and it's not good.
Does it smell like outside? Corpses and. Or
With
does
that
it smell?
With that roll, you couldn't tell.
All I know is a bad smell.
Being alerted to the fact that there's a scent in there, can I see if I can
It all starts
recognise it?
Roll for roll if you see if you can recognise this smell. Jesus Christ!
Perception.
We need
Oh.
Grug to transform into a wolf and go sniffing.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen a wolf yet. He doesn't know
So-
what that is.
Damn it.
So what are we what
Roll
am I adding
perception.
to? Perception? That's a 19.
19. It is off
Got it.
stale and rotten meat.
22.
Yeah, you smell
Very
rotten
rotten.
meat. Mm-hmm.
I suspect that might be where they're keeping all the meat that we saw being brought in.
I agree.
They're
They do
smelling.
not
I
cure
like.
their meat.
I'm trying to listen to hear more for the movement that he indicated. Trying to tell if I can hear any clearer what it might be. What
You have-
kind of... No, no roll, just
roll
nothing. Cool.
perception
No,
as
no,
well.
no, it's fine, it's fine.
Well,
it's fine.
Crusher rolled a natural 20 and he couldn't figure it out either. So this is a
Didn't you roll
sound that's
19?
either way. It was a high enough roll that he should have been able to figure it out, but he doesn't know what this one is.
Sure.
You can roll to see if you can figure it out. If you
No, it's fine. Like, even if I was rolled with perception, so.
Well, we don't need to go to the failed ice box, so do we continue left?
The sound of movement intrigues me.
Me too. Vernon
I
loosens his
agree.
longsword in his scabbard just to make sure he can get it out
At
quickly if needed.
At the mention of metal glinting in light, I've quietly crept forward to have a better look into this room.
I would rather not leave something at our backs.
So were each of those little cliff faces 10 feet, or were
Yeah,
they
so
a
it's a
total of 10?
it's 10, then another 10, so it's 20 feet drop into the back.
Okay.
Telepathically, I'll say to the two that I'm telepathically communicating with, glinting metal could be treasure.
See what you can see down there. Perhaps I should come have a look, and I'll wander over, just kind of at an angle where I can kind of see into the room better and see possibly down the slopes a little bit, but not going down the slopes or anything.
Okay, roll a investigation check to see what you can. Perception, sorry.
Perception.
You're gonna try and look in there.
21.
I don't see anything.
From what you can tell, it's a bunch of discarded junk. With one of the metal pieces you can see glinting is a belt buckle.
A belt buckle.
That could sell for a few coins.
Yeah, so it's still telepathically. I can make out a belt buckle. Can't really tell if it's fancy or not. Might have some diamonds encrusted in it. Who knows?
Perhaps that was.
Is it
where
like a
some of the-
pile, or is it like just a few scattered items?
It's a pile.
While they're looking at junk, Vernon turns to Visok. Shall we investigate the noises, brother?
I don't want to get too far away from them, but maybe just in the entrance. Peek around the corner, have a little look.
We'll have a peek.
Scratch, is there any books or anything down there?
I can just see a belt buckle and some other metal stuff that honestly looks a
I
bit
head around the corner.
junky.
So does Vernon. He tries to listen for the noise, see if he can figure out what it is.
Okay,
This is
you don't
what-
have to. You see shambling towards you coming from the back of the cave.
Still telepathically, I could probably get down and get that belt buckle pretty quick.
It's fucking Christ.
Ah. Dragon
No.
flesh grafters. I should have known.
They have
Dun.
from the noise being have shambled this way.
I had readied my bow when there was made mention of the noise before.
Alright.
And Ilandir has been keeping an eye this direction, but kind of just looking over. Because he heard the noise as well. Like, he hadn't completely ignored the direction.
I'm totally focused on a belt buckle right now.
Roll initiatives.
I kind of hope at this point now that Scratch gets a really low initiative.
So you can go for the belt buckle.
Yeah.
This rate, I'm going for the belt buckle.
15.
22.
3.
For being honest, I should probably roll initiative with disadvantage if I'm looking in the opposite direction at something else.
Hey, you can if you want to. It's up to you. I can let you off either.
I feel like it would make more sense. And hey, how about that? 2.
Woohoo.
So 5.
Okay, and Visok. I forgot to take Grong out. Oh. Shay?
Sorry, I said it. 12.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see it all here. So
Audio didn't come through.
Yeah.
Not by 12.
Classic hospital microphone issues.
Imagine next week when he's on his clean, crisp home
Oh,
mic.
He's got to share the internet with his wife.
And the rest of the hotel.
She just uses all the bandwidths and get nothing.
Okay.
He can
So
play Snake online. Wizard remember Snake, right?
oh yeah.
yeah.
Nokia
Or cool.
3310.
Even I had fucking one of those.
The
You
5510.
you honestly forget how big those things were.
But how indestructible they were.
They were a solid phone. And you charged them once a week.
Oh, if that.
Hey, I was popular. I texted a lot of people.
And look how your life turned out. You're now sitting here on a front end. I play D&D.
I'm still
With
popular.
people online. Not even in person.
Hey, that's Dan Andrews' fault. That's who I blame. Don't make me get political.
yeah, look, at least you can leave the house in 35 minutes.
Yeah. Not with the new laws he's passing.
I haven't paid attention. But anyway, that's off topic. So, as the two Goliaths go investigating into this cave into the left, they see these two creatures that have some features of dragon incorporated into the human body, lumbering towards them. And Rhapsody, you're up first.
Knowing that it was a bad place to start with, I am just going to pull out my bow. Oh, well, I've already got my bow ready, and I am going to attack the one to our right.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Let me just. That's going to be B. So let me just add that in, assuming I hadn't already.
That's a 16.
I have no idea if that hits yet because I have not played with these yet. Yes, that hits. These are from Fizzband's Treasury of Dragons.
Oh, you get to try the new things out.
Of course I do.
Well, with my research into draconic stuff and draconic inhumans and that kind of thing, would I recognize them from looking at them?
We'll figure that out after combat is done.
Okay.
That would be a 10 damage.
Probably
10
not
damage.
from where you are looking into the room with me.
That's more an investigation. You still don't really... You see more of an outline. You don't see a proper
Proper,
thing
yeah.
at the moment. So...
Ashley's belt buckle, right? That's why.
All I'm focused on right now is this shiny belt buckle, my friend.
So Rhapsody seeing the Goliaths run in and then hearing this movement
Did
starting...
not run in.
Oh,
For the
walking in.
record, let the record show. We were very careful and went up to the edge of the room and peeked in. And did a little peek look-see. Just to see if we could see anything. We didn't light torches, throw them in the room, and run in with fucking breaching charges, alright?
Fuck, we should have done that.
Yeah, I feel like we should have now.
Oh god, no, no big guy. I don't want big guy again.
I'm crafting hand grenades next time we are.
Find the alchemical stuff.
So the two Goliaths alerting Raspity that these two things are making their way to him, pulls out a shot and manages to inflict some damage onto the closest creature that's making their way towards Vernon and Visok.
You
Is
alert
that it?
Rhapsody, Venom? I don't remember letting Rhapsody.
I'm assuming he's...
Vernon calls as he sees Dragon Flesh Grafter B lurching towards him.
I'm assuming you would have made some noise when you would have noticed two things shambling towards you for the rest of the party to get into the action.
Yep, it was Save me, Rhapsody!
You've got the highest kill count. Help me!
Does she now? I think Grung might have taken over that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the grinder.
200. Hey, there was a lot of them burnt to death too, thank you.
You don't know that those were your fires.
Oh,
Yeah.
You never
yes,
lost.
there was only
I
one
was
trap
thinking
pit.
the same thing all along.
So, you have no idea, and it's Vernon's go.
Well,
That's you, Fred.
yeah. Just contemplating how I can possibly follow on from Rhapsody's 10 damage. I don't know if I can even get 10 damage. No, I can get 9. Alright, here we go.
You crit.
Oh, I was looking at my javelin.
No.
I got a fancy new longsword actually. And pulling it out of its scabbard, I come forward and double hand swipe at Dragon Flesh Grafter B
Okay. Roll to attack.
for an 8.
That's a miss.
Yep.
So Vernon rushing in goes to the grafter that's just been hit, takes a swing, and the grafter just pulls up a giant arm, just parries it off, and it not affecting him. So that's your go.
That's my go.
That can be fun. Okay. Grafter A's turn.
That's very scary when the DM goes, "Oh, that could be fun."
Yeah.
So this grafter is 1, 2, 3. It is going to shamble to about. It's going to shamble up next to this one, and then it is going to in a cone that reaches 30-foot cone. So that is all the tunnel there. Yeah, there's a reason. Yeah, it's going to do a acid wrench. So Vernon and Visok roll a dexterity saving throw. So Vernon made it, Visok didn't. So that is 5, 10, 16, 18. 18 damage to Visok. And 9 to Vernon. As this shambler walks up and just lets loose this putrid gas of acid that just comes out. And actually, I better save the other one as well.
Wow.
It failed, so it also takes 18 points of damage, the other grafter.
I'll use my Stone's Endurance on that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of damage from that. And that's its turn. It's Visok's turn next. Yeah, it would have hit the other grafter as well, so it also had to roll.
So Grafter B's still alive.
Yeah. But Visok is taking a heavy hit, I think.
Let's see on my best one. 4, so 4 plus 3 is 7, so
So you take 11.
7 back.
And it's your turn. Oh, I could better check it recharges its breath as well.
Use a reaction to that.
That was your Stone's Endurance was your reaction.
Right, that's right. Better. Good there.
And it gets its breath back as well. So it's your turn, Visok. Yeah.
Getting lined up in a perfect cone, Vizok charges out to the left a little bit before engaging.
Yep.
The dragon flesh, whatever.
Yep. You can take a attack at him.
Awesome.
Go for it.
14 to hit.
14 hits.
Rolled a 4 and a 2. Gonna re-roll the 2. Another 2. So I'll take that 9 damage, and I'll use Divine Smite as well.
Mm-hmm. It's 9 so far.
That's 8 on top, so 17 damage.
So another 8. So as you go in, dodging off to the side of the dragon flesh crafter, you position yourself so they can't quite catch you and Visok in the same breath again, and lay into it with your great sword, managing to hack a decent amount of damage into it as you charge into it. It's now the grafter's turn. Okay, so Grafter B is going to attack Vernon, assuming he's right there. It does a claw and a great club attack at you. So the claw attack, that is a 20 to hit.
Vernon will cast Shield.
Okay, so it misses.
Yep.
Okay, you're lucky. Then the great attack is a 21 to hit.
The shield's still running.
Yeah.
Right, no, so it misses too.
Oh, okay. So the grafter sort of seeing you in front of it and you attacking it, brings out a claw to rake across your front and brings a club to bash into you. Well, you had taken the claw, but both managed to deflect off you. Scratch.
Me with my 5.
Ilandir rolled a 3.
Oh shit.
I rolled a nat 1 plus 2 in initiative, got me 3.
Right. Okay. Jesus.
And then for some
Alright.
reason I got Grung listed there as well, so I forgot to exclude him.
Okay, so obviously I would have heard some commotion happening.
You
so,
would have also heard the acid and it burning into Vernon and Visok.
yes.
The sound
and,
of
And-
combat.
Quite
screams of
possibly
pain.
me telling you that we have company.
Oh, you've told me?
Yeah.
Did you not hear Rhapsody? Save me!
Yeah, but I didn't know what that meant.
Come on.
Could have been asking for a song for all
Oh.
I know.
She doesn't do songs, man. We've already established this.
She plays music. Telepathically, I will ask Rhapsody what's going on as I spin around at the noise that's happening behind me. Because I won't, looking from where I am, I won't have line of sight on anything, I would assume.
No, but you can move further around to be able to get
Can.
line of sight.
I can. So nervously, I would... How far? That's not that far. Nervously, I would come and stand just behind Rhapsody, off to the side there.
Mhm.
Check out what's going on. I assume someone would have
Shoot
told
one
me
of
to
them.
get into it. So I will pull out my short bow and take aim at... how big are these things? Am I... Like, is Vernon going to block the view of B completely?
No, you'll be able to see them.
I
They're
can see.
decently sized.
Decently
between your
sized.
legs,
Looking-
man, but just
They're
don't miss.
large monstrosities. So
They're large, okay. Looking from where I am, look, I've probably got a cleaner shot at A than I do B with Vernon in front, so I wouldn't want to miss and hit Vernon, so I'll take a shot at A.
Okay.
And that's yeah, that'll be a hit because it's a 20.
yeah, that hits.
1d6.
Dirty 20, natural 20.
Dirty.
You wish it was a natural.
No, not that. And yeah, good. 1 plus 3 is 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. So Scratch slides up to next to Rhapsody, pulls out a short bow and fires off a shot. It sinks into the rafter, but doesn't seem to do much to him. Ilandir.
Like a mosquito bite.
Ilandir is going to join the group over here so that we have line of sight. And cast Frostbite on Grafter A.
Okay.
So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So that is a 14 plus 2. So no, plus 4. So that is 18.
Yeah, it passes. So nothing happens.
Didn't realize it was that much. Holy fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
That's your turn.
And I'll say to Scratch, keep firing arrows. Like telepathically.
Roger.
Rhapsody
Rung
and
is
Grogu.
here in spirit.
Apparently we've got a Grogu now.
Let's Grogu's go.
Yep, I'm gonna go for B again with my longbow.
So you can use the force.
Miniature
and fucking
longbow.
stop it.
It's a 14.
That hits. That was B, wasn't it? Sorry.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's 11 damage.
11 damage. You take another shot at the flesh crafter and it sinks in decently into its arms as it stares off, gives off a bit of a growl as it is in a bit of considerable pain at the moment. Vernon, you'll go.
Vernon brings his long sword back up, double-handed, and swipes down at Grafter B.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Oh, that hits.
Oh, that hits. With the green flame blade. Whatever the hell that is. Sorry, I'm looking it up again now.
That takes an action to activate that one.
Yeah, it's when you use your weapon though.
No, it's a spell you have to cast on your weapon, isn't it?
You brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting and make a melee attack with it against one.
Okay. Don't mind me.
I won't mind you, Ilandir. I won't mind you at all.
Ilandir continues to make lots of friends.
So it just attacks normally and then fire jumps to the next dude. So do the first one, 8 damage to Grafter B,
Okay.
and then Grafter A takes damage equal to my spell casting ability modifier, which is 2, I
Yep.
think. +2 modifier.
Yep. That's right.
Cool.
So that's 2. Good work figuring that out. Vernon pulls out, relines up with his greatsword and takes another swipe at it, this time managing to cleanly get into its gut. And you see a spark of flame jump off his blade and hit into the one next to him that Visok is fighting. That's the end of your turn. Grafter A.
that's me, huh?
Grafter A, it is going to do a multi-attack against you, Visok. So it's claw attack. Natural 1, so that's a miss. Not rolling that dice again for the moment. Fuck that. And the Grey Club. a 3, so that's an 8 to hit. It's the grafter apparently is a bit distracted, getting hit by this weird flame that all of a sudden came flying from the other sword. Takes its 2 attacks, and distracted, manages to completely miss Visok as both attacks just slam into the ground in front of him. It's now Visok's attack. Visok's good.
I take a step back and go at him again with my greatsword.
Okay.
It's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Leave him in 2, brother.
3 and a 1, so I'll re-roll the 1. So that's a 6, so that's 9, 12 damage.
12.
And then I'll use Divine Smite again.
Okay. How many Divine Smites do you get?
As many spell slots as I have.
Yeah, you got what, 2 spell slots?
3.
3, okay.
Uh, yeah. 6 on top of the 12, so that's
Jeez.
18.
So Visok brings his greatsword up and lays into the other grafter, seeing how Vernon had just laid into his, and his holy energy smacks and with his impact of his sword severely injures this other grafter. Both of the grafters are looking a bit rough at the moment.
A fine strike, brother.
Okay, grafter is going to attack you again, Vernon. It's with his multi-attack. Let's see, natural 20 on the claw. Ooh,
But I cast shield.
it's a 25 total to hit.
Oh no.
My one weakness.
I'm assuming that goes above your shielding total.
Yes.
And the second one is a 14.
That does not go above my shielding total, that one.
Okay, so what I roll is doubled for this, so just beware. So it's 1d8. So that is 6, so that is 9 total of slashing damage. Plus 12 points of poison.
Use Stone's Endurance.
Yeah, I rolled a 6 on the poison, which doubled.
And lower it by 14 points of damage.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
Ah!
Bastard.
So how much damage do I take in total?
So it was 9, and then so it was 21 total.
I'm gonna take off 14, cool.
So you take 7. Fucking stoned endurance.
DM's enjoying playing with
Okay.
his new toys.
When it hits, scratch. Your turn.
Okay, just staying in the safety of the numbers at the back, I'll continue to fire arrows off at Grafter A. Whoa, 13 to hit?
That misses.
God damn.
Scratch, setting that scratch, but he gets a bit shaky, seeing the damage that Vernon's just took from the grafter, and pings it off the armor of the crafter. Ilandir.
Standing back there, I am going to cast Firebolt at A.
Okay.
And it misses.
That low was it?
As a 10.
Yeah, that misses. Ilandir fires off a firebolt, and it just sort of impacts onto the heavy scaling of this grafter and just sort of does nothing. Rhapsody.
B with a crossbow again.
Crossbow.
Longbow.
Yeah, longbow.
Mini longbow.
That's a 23.
That is.
Out of curiosity, how much plus
And
to
that's a
hit do
12.
you have?
12.
I have a +4, but I just rolled a 19 on the dice.
Damn, okay. I was just curious.
Shit, you're a dexterity build, aren't you?
Yeah, Dex Charisma.
Be why she hit so much with the with the bow. With that shot, the grafter that Vernon was facing drops to the ground with another arrow sticking out of its neck.
Mark it down.
Vernon, you're go. It only had 5 hit points.
I could use some healing. If anyone in the party is capable.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
The combat with grafted
There's still something to kill.
It's one of those things, is it
swing his
beneficial?
longsword.
Yep. Is it beneficial to heal, or is it beneficial to kill the thing before it kills anybody else?
24
Yeah, that hits. Holy fuck.
for 5 damage.
5. Yep. Are you seeing the one that you were originally fighting taken down? You immediately turn to the one Visok is fighting and take a slice out of it with your sword, inflicting a bit of damage.
I think I'll use action surge as well.
Ooh,
Take another attack at it.
go for it. Can he finish it off?
13.
Miss. It's sensing your second attack, just brings up its arm and parries it off without any damage to it. It's now Grafter A's turn, and it's going to attack Visok with its multi-attack. So it's going to throw its claw. That's an 8 to hit. And it's going to bring down a club. That's a 16 to hit. Visok.
Got 16. So, I think
So
that's a good
that
hit.
hits. Yep. So 2d8. So that is 12 plus 3. That is 15 damage with his great club.
Mhm.
So as the this crafter lays into you, you manage to dodge out of the way of its claw, but the great club swinging in the opposite direction, catching you in the side of the gut, landing a heavy blow to you, knocking the wind out of you temporarily. Visok, your turn.
As its blow catches me, I fling off to the side and tumble, flinging my head back and just glare at it, just lifting a finger and feel the power of my amulet surge through me, and this jet of fire streaks out from my arm towards it. Hellish eyes gleaming.
Oh, you're doing Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah, that's all I need to throw that last bit in for you.
Okay. So I don't know what that what
It's
happens
just
to
basically if I take damage, I can make an instantaneous attack with my reaction.
Crush
Do
remembers
2D,
Hellish Rebuke.
2d10.
Oh, yeah, Crush
You have to use it once.
So
2d10 fire damage with a dex save.
dex save. No, that's a 6.
11 damage.
11 damage. 11 damage. As you let loose with this hellish fire that streaks from you, it burns the this other grafter and it drops to the ground, smoldering. User out of combat again.
Seeing that everything has died down, I am going to go back to scanning and checking out my belt buckle.
Shakily gets to his feet, walks over to the corpse, and just brings his greatsword up and just hacks at it a few more times.
So it's
I'm
now a
gonna-
smoldering pile of mincemeat.
I'm gonna nervously and creepily hop down one
That's
level.
a
And
10-foot drop.
That's a 10-foot drop.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
acrobatic. Dex,
Yeah. So roll a acrobatic check
Got
to see how
climbing gear, right?
not
he does.
and 18.
Okay, you make it down easily enough, without trouble.
Does that count for the next one as well? Or
You can
I
do
need
it.
to
I'll
roll
let you
another?
go both ways. You can go all the way down in one go.
Ripper. All right, I'm gonna go get my belt buckle. Whereabouts is it?
Just down there somewhere.
Yeah,
Doesn't really
sweet.
matter. So, you get down there and you find you see a little belt buckle still glinting in light attached to a belt and a pair of pants.
Gonna pull out my dagger and cut the belt buckle away from the belt and stash it in my little pack.
Dylan, do you telepathically say, Scratch, see anything else down there worth grabbing? Perhaps some book? Like, is there any... What's down there?
My perception check is 18.
18. You see discarded clothing, cracked things, some water damaged books, some burnt books, some rope, pottery, baskets. It's all just rotted, damaged, and no use to anybody.
Nah,
Stops hacking away at the.
well,
Sorry, we used to.
You're still hacking the bodies up there?
No. I was sorry. I was just didn't realize Wes was still going. My bad.
it's all good. No, I'm just gonna. I'll just telepathically relay back to Lindy.
How long do you want to spend
Right.
searching down there?
I've got everything that's important.
Okay.
Dylan do like throw a rope down to help him up, rather than, having to climb up himself.
All right, back up I come.
What are Rhapsody and Vernon doing at this point? If anything.
Vernon's just down on one knee, resting.
I put my hand on his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at first level.
It's a longbow. Sorry, I just had to.
How much
It's
does,
6
Total of
episodes in,
8.
we've finally seen it
Eight.
about doing something other than shoot an arrow.
8 health back. Thank you.
Izok stops hacking away, and slowly, on very shaky legs, takes some steps over to the other body and kicks it with his foot.
And
Brother, do you recognize these at all in your travels?
Yeah, can I investigate the corpses? See if I...
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
and seeing that Vizok seems to be a little wobbly on his feet as well, I will just reach over and gently touch him as well and
16.
cast Cure Wounds as well.
You haven't seen these before. These seem to be something new that
Vernon turns to Visok. I've not encountered these before, but damn, they are cranky.
And you can get 8 points of healing back too, Shay.
Thank you.
So if I checked, I'd probably see the same thing, or... I'm just wondering, with my... Like, I would have looked into... Because you said they had, like, dragon...
you'll have to roll to find out if you...
Alright, let's roll. So,
I was going to
investigation.
give you information before you roll for it.
That's a 19.
19. From some of the research you had done, you'd heard rumors that some people had grafted stuff onto themselves, but this is the first time you'd seen it.
Quite interesting. I've read about possibly people doing these things, but I've never seen it. Never seen any images or seen it in real life before.
And with that, do we want to take our break here now?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Sounds like a plan.
Sure thing.
Alright guys, we're gonna have a short 5-10 minute break, grab drinks, buy a break, all that kind of thing. Feel free to go grab a drink yourselves, and we'll be right back soon guys. BRB.
A minute break.
And welcome back, everybody. Yeah, after a bit of a longer break, we're back. We got distracted to talk about things, and it's a bit longer on the break, but we're back, and we're ready to continue. Take it away, Sad.
Okay, you have just finished fighting the grafters and inspecting, and Scratch scurrying down to collect a belt buckle.
It's in my bag.
And where do you want to go to now?
So what's that area up here? As in, what can
hang
we
on.
see of that? Is that stairs upwards, or...?
Just sort of like it's down into a pit sort of thing as well. So
Okay.
there's
Is there
stairs
any
to go down.
more torches on the walls lighting this area up or not?
There's a couple, but you see everything pretty much that's there.
Yilandi would like to see what's in the pit.
Roll. If you so desire.
14.
14. Nothing catches your attention. It's a pit. There's nothing down there, as far as you can tell.
We're not hearing any noises at the moment.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. What's my perception again? 3, 17.
17. You hear nothing in the immediate area.
What about the not immediate area, say?
Roll
But you're not in the not immediate area, so that's all you get at the moment.
Mm-hmm. That's all he's giving away. Telepathically, I'll talk to Ilandir again and say it all seems to be quiet and safe at the moment. Can you see anything down in the pit there? Oh, wise wizard.
Nothing in the pit, but I feel we should probably keep moving. Looking at these things, I don't want to see what else is in the cave. I want to find the information and get out
leave?
as quickly as possible.
We should. Do you want to leave? Do you want to go back to daylight now?
I'll turn to the rest of the group and I'll say this out loud rather than telepathically and go, do we keep going in? This place seems to have some mightily, like, I've read about these. They're kind of fucked up. Do we want to keep going and see what else is in the cave, or we know this place it doesn't have the cultists, but perhaps a larger party could get through here quite easily? Do we go give the information, or...?
Well, we were told this is meant to be a hatchery. Perhaps they were the only things guarding the hatchery, the things to be hatched.
Haven't seen any hatchery type stuff yet.
There's no evidence of it, no.
There's no
Right,
heat lamps
take
on the
trouble,
ceiling,
there's
or...
usually, you know, straw bed, couple of eggs.
some random cultist just sitting on the eggs.
Yeah.
No broken shells from something that might have hatched.
I am all for continuing.
If you want to, you could take a short rest if you think you can find somewhere safe in here. The look of Crusher.
No.
Just because I suggested it.
Pretty much, I know these traps, I don't like them.
Well, we don't all need a short rest, right? Someone can stand guard.
I can watch.
As can I.
From, you know, my extensive combat experience as a mercenary and monster hunter, I'd say the 3 people standing at the back who didn't take any damage probably don't need a short rest and can watch over the frontliners while they just tend to their wounds a bit.
He'll do a look and just go, fine, just... I don't like this place, it's just... something about it is...
I understand. Grafted dragon flesh monstrosities are not the most pleasant, but
You don't know what they are. You just say they're some sort of dragon monstrosity.
exactly.
Well, these dragon monstrosity bodies are probably large enough for a 4'7" bird to hide behind and keep watch.
He's going to do it in this room, are you?
But perhaps we go find a better area to try and have a break rather than...
We can have a better area, but
Perhaps with only a
find that better
single
area
entry rather than wide open.
what about just further up in here?
It puts our back to a wall, but it's
That's
defendable.
it gives us nowhere to go. You can see just Illinder getting antsy. He is not down for this idea at all. It's just...
What do you want, Sorcerer? Multiple entry points so you've got somewhere to go, or one entry point so it's defensible? You can't have both.
There's always the meat locker.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure my wounds will get infected from the smell of that place.
I mean, the smell would deter other people coming in.
I think the burnt, fires and bodies piled around outside would deter people unless they're actually going to come in anyway. Meat, rotten or otherwise, doubly so.
At least if we
Every
backtrack
heart
a
has a
little
good
bit,
point.
it feels safer than going deeper in where we haven't had a chance
With
to
the
look
bat.
around properly.
You want to go back with the bats and the mushrooms that attack you.
Perhaps on that ledge we have a little bit of cover that we can duck down behind.
The 10-foot fall
Yes.
back here.
Yes.
Realizing that's like 4 of me.
Yeah, that's... Look, if you fall, you can fall on my shoulders.
We have rope.
I'll cushion your fall, Rhapsody. You did heal me. Just fall. Goliath is slightly softer than the ground.
Okay. So you're going to take the time to take a short rest.
Basically
Yeah.
down here on that.
Well, I mean, if you're 7 foot, I'm 2'8", then I can. You can be standing there. I can climb down onto your shoulders, and you can pretty much just lift me down like you would a child off a playground or something.
I can do that.
Okay. So
I've seen this. Scratch stands on the ledge looking at Vernon, just waiting, arms out.
Yep. Alright. Bernard picks Scratch up and gently places him on top of the ledge, and then picks Rhapsody up and gently places her on top of the ledge, and then braces his knee and loops his arms and prepares for Visok to get hurled up on top of the ledge. Once Visok's up, he turns around and raises his arm. A little help, brother?
No.
Oh,
Hands down and helps out.
just leaves me down the bottom.
And being thankful for that, Scratch jumps up and gives Vernon a peck on the cheek.
Judy.
Ruffles his feathers a little bit and gives him a pat. You're welcome anytime, Scratch.
Peck on the cheek.
The puns.
Yeah, not genuine affection, he just wanted the pun.
That's all.
Can I short rest now?
I'll also, when we go down, I'll use prestidigitation to clear up the foot marks and any sign that we've gone over that edge, and around the museum vicinity to give no indication that we're going to that edge.
Okay. So you start your short rest.
I use my second wind just before we do.
Okay.
Oh,
What, Wes?
having an idea, Scratch hops up onto Vernon's shoulders and jumps back up on top of the ledge, reaches into his bag and pulls out a couple of handfuls of ball bearings and scatters them in this walkway here.
Okay.
Where did you get a handful of ball
I've
You
got a
got a
bag of
bag.
1,000 ball bearings.
Sweet. Because
So
why
how many is a
would
hand-
you?
1,000 ball bearings.
I have 1,000 ball bearings in my bag. Yes, I do.
How fucking heavy is that? My
Very
god.
tiny ball bearings, or you are a very strong bird.
They're very small. I'm
Either
athletic.
way,
Okay?
Vernon's a little jealous and feels like he also needs a bag of ball
1,000
bearings.
ball
now.
bearings. I want a bag of 1,000 ball bearings just to throw them at people.
Yeah. Play fetch with your rat.
And then I'll hop back down on Vernon's shoulders onto the ledge and then say telepathically, "This will help us hear if anything comes."
Thanks, Scratch.
So who's keeping lookout for this short rest?
I will be.
Considering I'm probably the only one who's half tall enough, I'll help Scratch and keep watch as well.
Also,
And, like,
so
lift him up and, like, use him like a periscope, just, like, lift up Scratch.
Did you say a
Twist her.
parrot scope? Did you just call me a parrot scope?
Periscope.
Oh, sorry.
Crow scope, okay?
So
Are you happy now?
roll.
Thank you are not parrots.
Roll a perception check with advantage.
Perception check with advantage. Oh, Jesus.
Because Ilandir is helping you.
Okay, so...
Yes.
14.
Helping.
17.
17. Okay. All seems clear. You hear some scurrying about, but you can't really tell where it's coming from.
So still speaking telepathically. I can hear some scratching and scurrying, potentially. I don't know, who knows? Maybe rats?
Where's
But-
Visok cracked? I like turn to Visok and see the rat still in his shoulder. No. Okay, must see the other rats.
But the short rest passed without incident.
Yay!
Yeah.
God, how many ball bearings do you think I threw out there?
Say it doesn't.
Do you want to go pick them up and put them back in your pouch?
No, I'm just taking them off. Yeah, say 20.
So you've completed the short rest.
Yep, done.
See that
Your
bag of
average
ball
stuff
bearings
from that.
only weighs 2 pounds. Like,
Oh, I was just actually, I just saw. I was just about to say, yeah. So 100 weighs 2 pounds.
They are some very
1,000.
tiny.
Sorry, 1,000 weighs 2 pounds.
It's magical ball bearings.
Yeah, magic.
Magical bag.
Everything in my bag's magic, just like the dice.
I mean, you're a talking bird.
And here, now I've got this magic belt buckle.
Does anyone want to buy it?
Goes through the whole campaign just selling random shit as magical items.
You managed to persuade the first people who fucking enchanted magical items to begin with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're doing you a favor. They're
Just
like selling them garbage.
Just wait till we get to the next shop.
But either way, you can continue. Your short rest is completed, and you can continue.
Sorry, does it, from a technical point, does short rest restore spell slots?
no.
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 And does it restore health?
You can use your hit die to roll up your health. So, how do you roll your hit die? Because I don't actually know.
When you click short rest, you tick the box, and it
Reset
comes up
maximum HP changes during this round? Or do you just tick
No, no,
like
no.
I've got
I don't.
three
I
boxes.
don't think that actually works. I think you'll actually need to press on the
you
dice.
press the box. Yeah.
3 boxes. Do I tick all
Yeah,
3?
yeah. No, just click 1,
Okay.
and then it'll come up with the 1d10 plus 2.
Plus
or whatever
3.
it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Hit that,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So you can use up to however many of those to heal up you need to.
Yeah. And then they reset at long rest.
Do anything.
Once you've done the roll, you have to hit confirm.
Yeah, did that.
You may need to just do a manual roll of your hit die
Yeah, I'll just do that.
and then manually add it.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'll just do a thing. So let's see. 8. 11. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
It's all good. So we've completed your short rest. Where you going to now?
I
Back
guess
where you
I'm
were?
passing people back up.
How long does the short rest go for?
An hour.
An hour. Okay, so I've still got my telepathic.
Mhm.
Psychic
So by
whispers
this
are
point,
still
it's
active.
probably been from where you cast it to meeting probably about 2.5 hours in.
2.5. Okay.
So you got about 3.5 hours left.
Ilandir will stand back and wait for the others to walk through the doorway first.
Oh, we're climbing out of the hole.
I'm assuming you are.
Yeah.
You just get out of the hole though, easy enough, with everyone helping each other.
Alright. Come, brother. Let's go.
Oh,
Vernon just starts walking.
Okay, roll dexterity check.
Vernon rolls a dexterity check.
Athletics, sorry.
Vernon rolls an athletics check. Vernon rolls all the checks.
Psychic whisper in telepathically to Rhapsody
10.
and Ilandir. The ball bearings are still there.
6.
Ilandir says, like, only Scratchy to hear this. I know.
And Vernon?
10.
Then you both slip on the bunch of ball bearings that are pulled in the doorway and slip over and fall. You take 2 damage from falling onto all these ball bearings that are lying in this doorway that
Man,
Scratch
I
had
feel
rolled
like
out
I should
earlier.
absolutely crush these ball bearings.
think
Thousands
that's-
of them.
That's the most damage I've actually done all night.
4 damage. No, I think your bow shot did 4 damage earlier.
Wasn't it 1?
No, it's 4.
That was 4.
Was it?
Yeah, you
Did a
rolled
1
1.
damage?
You
You
rolled a
rolled a
1
one
plus
3.
your.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, got you.
So Vernon and Visok land on the floor with a thud, brush
And
themselves up and get up.
noticing this, Scratch hides behind Ilandir.
Ilandir will call out, guys, what happened?
Yeah, Vernon just looks around because he was, resting when someone decided to scatter these ball bearings. They didn't know they were there at all. Just, where did these come from? Why are there ball bearings? You know what? Don't worry about it. Gets back up and
Just be careful and
walking.
we'll look for traps. I guess
Grabs
we activated something.
some sort of ball bearing dispenser.
And Ilandir will very carefully go through the ball bearings knowing they're there and...
I think they're ball bearings are kaput, man. They just had two lives.
They're
only
just
put out
stuck in them.
Scattered
We're
everywhere. They're
about
like
3 foot into the
embedded
ground.
in the floor and the wall.
You just see the Goliath stand up and like the ball bearings are stuck in their chainmail.
Yeah, ball bearings everywhere. Vern's gonna listen at this corridor here, see if he can hear anything in the
Roll
next
perception check.
12.
12. You don't hear anything?
I can't hear anything, brother.
Hearing this, I'll continue my telepathic conversation with Rhapsody and Ilandir and tell them that I heard scratching and scurrying.
I'll try to call out to Vernon before he gets down the hallway, seeing him like disappear down the hallway. Scratch heard movement earlier.
That would have been nice to know.
I only just got told myself.
I understand. He's a bird brain.
Pretty sure I said it when I heard it during the long rest. Just saying.
Pretty sure I was
Yeah,
resting.
I
So,
thought he
we're not
was,
telepathic.
we were told. I'm pretty sure Ilandir and Rhapsody actually got told that there was the scurrying around.
Yeah,
Potential
Ilandir.
vermin.
Oh,
Because he turned around and... Because you, Crush,
Yeah, you were
turned
looking for
around and looked to
bloody
see
pet
if
rat.
this pet rat was still there.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, that is my bad.
Now
Sorry,
you're
I
not
forgot.
relaying information. Now the Goliaths think I'm a bird brain.
I mean, there's nothing stopping Scratch from actually using his words every now and again rather than just tell.
Vernon
Scratch has
just
been
shakes his
like
head.
silent for 2.5 hours.
So apparently there's scuffling, brother. Can you hear anything?
I extend my not so keen senses out to see if I can hear it. What would I roll for that? DM?
Perception.
Is that a passive perception or just a regular perception?
Just roll a
Roll plus
Really?
add perception.
13?
13. Yeah, you don't even hear the rustling at the moment.
Rustling? I don't. Yes,
Uh,
yes, I hear rustling. Sure.
Who? I don't hear anything. I might have some ball bearings in my ears.
No.
Vernon kind of tilts his head to the side and taps on his ears, and a little ball bearing pops out one side.
Hmm?
I do not know where these came from.
Who knows? All manner of things in this cave.
It's a cunning trap. You know what? I'm going to check for ball bearings. Vernon checks the ground for ball bearings. ahead of him.
Roll an investigation check for traps.
Natural 20, 22.
There is no traps that you can see.
What a waste of a nat 20.
It is. I find it so odd that there was a trap in that other room, and yet there's nothing here. The other room was guarded. You know what? We just won't question these cultists are very weird people. Continues on into the room,
Okay.
confident there's no
Sometimes,
ball-bearing traps to get him.
I sometimes think, my friend, that you think too much.
Can I see into this? Is it still like dim light?
In there, it's a bit brighter. It turns out that the bedding and wooden things in there are all burning, all burnt, and there's like a bunch of embers still smoldering in the room.
All burning. My bonfires definitely didn't cause this.
Perhaps they deliberately set the fires
Scorched earth.
to cover their tracks.
I don't want us finding out what they were doing in here.
Leave nothing left when they leave.
The smell coming from there is also quite horrid.
Ugh. I was gonna say I'm gonna investigate the embers, but not if it stinks. I'm going the other way. Moves away from the smell.
Yep.
And heads down towards this wherever this goes.
So it's a bridge that goes across the pathway, the fungus that you encountered earlier.
Can I see the fungus down the bottom?
From the bridge, yeah, you can see him down there.
There's that fungus. This must be the bridge that we crossed under. I wonder if it can
Maybe.
hold the weight of a Goliath.
It's a
Maybe
stone.
Stone?
It's a stone bridge going across, so
Only one way to test it.
Vernon crosses the bridge,
and without incident.
falls into a pit of angry
Mushroom.
mushroom.
Oh,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
actually-
be the first time we've had somebody fall into a pit now, would it?
No, but no.
Crushed his own wolf.
Angry mushrooms.
I did crush my own wolf. Uldar did.
Uldar is an extension of Big Guy. You crushed your own wolf. Guy goes, your guy goes.
You were holding it. It was your fault.
Yep. Wolfie!
As you cross the bridge, you come into a room that's very brightly lit.
What can I see in this very bright room?
From where you are, not very much.
I move further down.
Can I scan the mushroom, like, with my dark vision? Can I just see if I notice anything? Because we've had that rest and everything, we wouldn't be able to see right up here. If anything's changed or any...
Roll perception check.
that'd be 9.
9. Looks the same to you.
While he does that, Vernon feels the floor, checking to see if there's any like
Ball
spring-loaded
bearings.
ball bearing traps.
So you're looking for traps. Roll an investigation check.
16.
So whereabouts are you looking for
Yeah.
traps?
Where my token is.
Okay, so you didn't find any traps.
Okay. Still no.
I feel like
Trap.
there's a trap somewhere now.
I'm not feeling real confident.
So,
So
like, tell me exactly where you're looking for a trap. Nah, there's no trap there.
I don't know if he's checking the whole room or what.
Oh,
No, I'm like Vernon's feeling the floor, trying to feel out like pressure plate that would spring ball bearings up.
So
the ball
are you
bearings have got it
crawling?
confused.
So as you enter the room, you see at the other end down. Actually, no, it's across from you. Over here is a shrine to Tiamat.
Ilandir will use his psychic, like the psychic connection to say, Scratch, don't tell anyone it was you who spread those ball bearings about.
What ball bearings?
Exactly.
Scratch taps his nose.
Most of you is. Oh, go on.
I was going to say, I jokingly say to Scratch telepathically as well, look, it's Ilandir's kin.
You see the statuette of Tiamat that
Blue bird.
roll history checks for everyone.
History.
Mm-hmm.
History checks.
Well,
Don't do this one too
That
often.
That would be a 23 with a nat 20.
19 for me.
Visok's just sitting there going, what did I
9.
eat for breakfast? I can't remember.
Crushing it, nothing
History
apparently.
eludes
Tiamat.
me.
I've studied dragons all my life, yet I don't know nothing about Tiamat.
You failed twice on 2 checks on her.
I know. What the fuck?
So Rhapsody, Scratch, and who else rolled above 15?
Not me. I got 12.
Okay, so Rhapsody and Scratch are the 2 that recognize that this is Tiamat. And you, from what Grung told you about his scurrying about, this seems to be the creature they were collecting treasure and raiding towns for.
Well, it seems that they were correct when they said it was Tiamat that was responsible for what was happening. Well, we thought that it might be Tiamat, but this is a shrine to her, so our assumption was correct. They are gathering for her.
In front of the statue, that's a couple of feet big, there is a small chest that is silver and mother of pearl inlays, and sits in front of the floor. It sits on the floor in front of the monstrous carving of the statue.
Ilandir instantly telepathically says to Scratch, wait, do not go and grab that chest. Stay back with me for now.
I'll wander over to the chest.
What are we waiting for?
And I'll bend over and see if there's any traps near it.
Roll check for traps then. Perception check.
Ilandir's been around
15?
Scratch enough to know that he wanted to run to that chest.
15. It is trapped.
I want to attempt to disarm the traps.
You got thieves' tools?
No, I don't, but I do have I do have.
They have a right.
I mean, we have a rogue in the party, but no.
Well, okay. I'll let him do it.
Wait, is
There
this
are-
another ball
I-
bearing trap?
I telepath to him because I know what happened earlier. I telepath to him that there are traps here. Can you want to see if you can untrap it?
Of course. Let me pull out my trusty thieves tool set.
Vernon's like really interested in this discovery of a trap and is curious to see how the ball bearings get launched out. He's like standing
Did
over
Scratch
the back
actually-
of Scratch watching.
Did Scratch actually say to anybody he was one who did the ball bearings? I can't remember.
No.
I guess
Ew.
even I should know. Sorry, that's my bad.
No.
I-
Well,
he
you were
mentally
there.
communicated.
I probably would have seen you do it.
Because
No, he
We were
mentally
watching.
communicated as he came back. He mentally did the thing.
Yeah, and said to you that will help us here if anyone comes through that way.
Yeah.
So did he
It'll
communicate with
also rack up
only
2 damage if
me
anyone
or
comes
Rhapsody
through
as
this
well?
way.
He said it, but both of us.
Yeah, to both you.
to both? Okay.
Just not to the
Just
Goliath.
clarifying.
We don't have the psychic thingy. So. Anyway, Vernon's watching.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
so I have
curious.
my thieves tools out. Is this what is this, sleight of hand?
Yes.
Can I assist?
And how are you going to assist him with this?
Play an inspiring song.
A real
I'd be
concentrating
sitting
song.
there listening to any of the clicks and stuff that are happening, and I can telepath with him to communicate quickly with him.
Okay, I'll give you advantage.
What's
Wes.
that American?
Advantage.
Is it
Okay,
Jeopardy?
good. Thank God for that.
Song?
Was it
It's
that
like-
bad, was it?
Well, it wasn't. Look, it wasn't super bad, but it wasn't great. So it is dirty 20.
30-20. So you expertly put the thieves' tools in, and the trap is disarmed and the lock opens.
And I'll twirl my lockpick around my clawed fingers and whip it back into my pouch.
Is the trap disarmed, Scratch?
Scratch nods.
It's safe.
Scratch nods.
And Vernon picks up the trap and starts
Okay.
studying it to see where the ball bearings come from. Vernon doesn't pick
Right.
up the trap.
I know you pick up. You pick up
picked
the
it up.
chest.
Trap.
You picked up the
You
chest.
pick up the chest.
No, he said the trap. He
Trap, the
specifically said
He did
picked
say
up
the trap.
But you can't pick up. In which case, he thinks it's the chest. Correct?
No, whatever Scratch was disarming the
He
trap,
was
right?
disarming
The
the
chest.
chest.
Oh, this is a problem.
Yeah. So. Just a second here. So everyone.
Who
make
needs a
a
big guy?
I
So
mean, you
make
nodded, and I specifically said, "Is it safe?"
You
Make a
said
dex-
is
Yes,
the trap
the bird
disarmed?
nod. Yes,
You asked
Yes.
if the trap was
I said if the trap
disarmed.
was safe. Yes. Well, you did not tell me the chest was the trap.
I
Apparently,
disarmed
you
the trap.
disarmed something you didn't know. You just disarmed it.
No, he disarmed the track that Rhapsody found. So everyone roll a dexterity check.
I feel like there was more than one trap.
That was
Possibly.
a dex check or dex save?
Dex save, sorry.
Dex save.
Let's make that a 23 then.
18.
Oh no, Vernon. And Vizok.
What?
Vernon got a 1.
Oh no.
Vizok got a 4.
Yeah,
I
we're
rolled
not
it. I
exactly
rolled it.
Dexterous.
Well, I rolled a 2, and I have +5, so that makes 7.
You needed 10 or higher.
So, perfect timing
I passed
to
it.
whip out my sire bolstered knack and add a 6 to that.
Okay. So
Nice.
everyone who got 10 or higher takes half, so gets 9 damage of acid. All of a sudden starts filling the room.
9, son of...
So
Do
that'd
I
be
get
4
still
rolled
back-
back.
4 for people who saved.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Am I still caught by that since I'm still back like in the staircase area? Like I'm not in the room proper.
In all this time, you didn't come into the room at all.
No, I was like, I've always been staying
Yes,
back here.
teacher, sir. No, I didn't.
Neither did Visok. Look, he's all the way back there.
I'm
too.
still on the stairs as well. Look at me.
I just saw Dusok's token move back even like an inch as well. Like he's,
No, there's a reason I had
moved back a
moved,
little
like,
bit
because I was staying on the stairs.
It's going to be
Hey,
everybody.
I'm on the stairs as well.
Everyone in the chamber. So
Alright. I just
there's
have to
more
ask.
than just one. There's more than one spot where this acid is pouring from. It is pouring from these holes that you just hadn't quite seen
Be right back.
hidden across the room. I was so hoping someone was going to pick that up before checking it again. A double booby trap.
Can we see if there is another trap that can be disarmed to stop the acid flow?
Roll an investigation check.
So just clarifying, it was 18 points, right?
No, 9.
Wasn't that halved or?
That was full damage.
No, mine's
It was just
Okay.
9 total.
That's a 21.
21. From what you can tell, there doesn't. There might be a way to cut it off, but you're usually going to take some damage to try and break it, or it could just end quickly after a few minutes. There's no obvious way of turning this off at the moment.
Okay. I
That makes
retreat
sense.
back to the stairwell then.
And when Wes gets back, you all have to make a Constitution saving throw.
I would like to basically back out onto the bridge away from the acid.
Read the chest, brother.
Actually, roll the Constitution saving throw now. We'll catch.
21. Nat 20.
You
21.
You save.
Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
That is 18.
You save as well. Fred, Shay.
Natural
would-
20.
Okay, you're safe.
19.
You're safe as well. That was another 2d6 of acid damage. 2d8, sorry. But you have carried the chest out with you, haven't you, Vernon?
Yeah, I'm still holding it. If it's the trap, then I've got it.
Yeah. Which you can look into it if you want to, because it is unlocked.
I'll just keep holding onto it for now.
Might make
I was
the
more
rogue
hoping that
double
you'd
check it.
Sorry?
Might make the rogue double check it.
I was
Yeah.
hoping to fill in the time while we wait for Wes to get back.
Well, I don't know if I trust you.
Yeah.
It's unlocked, and the trap on it is disarmed.
I can have a look and see if there's any more traps on it.
Have a look. If you roll anything less than a natural 20, though, I'm not opening it.
Well, if I'm doing an investigation, that's a 14.
It's safe. It's untrapped.
I'm not seeing any traps on it. Only the one that was here that was disarmed before.
I put the chest down at the sorcerer's feet.
How
Since
was
you
this
did-
bridge we're on?
Since you didn't go into the room.
It's it's about 5 feet across.
Oh, unhappy, Grogu.
And Wes, now that you're back, you need to roll a con save.
Constitution save.
While he does that, I open the chest.
I, back about 10 feet away from the chest, still not trusting it.
Slide the chest along, following him with its lid open.
You already had it down.
Yeah, I'm pushing it along with my feet,
Okay,
slowly following you.
so inside you see some jewelry.
Look, it's jewelry.
What
sorcerer.
color is it?
well, no one's actually looking at it at the moment. It's just open. You see from a distance that it's jewelry. See me how you walked away from the box?
My
Oh, I'm-
con save
I'm-
is-
As it comes
I'm right
close
next
to
to the
being
box.
pushed
Sorry.
towards me, I'm looking at it.
Me too. I'm looking down. Wondering the resale value of some of this jewelry.
Okay. So there is a string of pearls,
Excellent. I pocket it.
gold and silver sapphire ring,
Excellent. I pocket it.
and a pouch containing some
I pocket it.
masterfully cut
You can't pocket it till he says what it is.
Well, apparently you can pocket it. It's like in front of
precious
somebody.
stones.
I hand the pouch to the sorcerer. Here you go.
And I think you need to roll damage for Wes as well.
For he's got here to
My con
roll
save
cons.
was 6.
Oh, yeah, you failed.
I take the 2 things that I pocketed and hand them to Rhapsody and say, I don't know how to add these to my inventory, so you can do it.
In character?
In character.
I don't know how to put these in my bags.
How does go in pocket? Goliath,
points
no
of-
understand.
I will put them in my
8.
pocket.
Stab 8.
8 points of acid damage.
Damn it, I don't have proficiency on Constitution, so I can't use side bolstered attack.
So what are the items I'm adding to my inventory then?
So a string of pearls and a gold and sapphire ring.
And what do I need added to my inventory, sorry?
Half a
You got
dozen
pouch.
precious stones.
No, he just has the pouch.
Well, you took all these. You took a half dozen
Yeah.
stones out.
I took all the stones
Okay.
out and gave him the pouch.
Sleight of hand check, come on.
Yeah, I will make you roll a sleight of hand check for that one.
Oh, there wasn't any sleight of hand of it. I poured the gems out in front of him and handed him the pouch. That's what I said I did.
So then, who's got the gems?
Well, obviously
Az,
I've
I
picked
handed
them up.
everything to Az.
What's he...
Rhapsody's
No.
getting it all. Yeah, she knows how to add things to inventory.
So you poured out the pouch, bent
Yeah.
down, picked up the gems, then went back.
And gave,
He
yeah.
brought it into his hand and then
You're
threw the pouch
not,
to
you're
you,
not
and then-
listening when I said I handed you the pouch.
Yeah.
The pouch.
He
Mystical.
poured the stuff into his hand, handed you the pouch, and then came over to me and handed everything to me.
What's wrong?
Oh,
What's
whatever.
wrong, Sam?
I hate loot.
And of
These
course
are all
all
a
the
bunch of
loot's
fucking
going
loot
to the
goblins.
fucking one person again.
It's alright. Seeing that there were rings and shiny trinkets, I've been keeping a very close eye on what's going
got
on.
So
it.
add another half dozen gems as. Fucking bunch of loot goblins, you are.
Did you add a pouch?
To the side
to
sharpening
your
my sword. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've thrown the pouch down into the mushrooms.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
that
Which-
could have been useful. I'm
Or
gonna
either that,
make
or
sure I
it'll
collect
trigger,
that on the way back.
trigger a mushroom to make noise, which then triggers the bats, which kill us all.
Oh, that'd be a glorious way to go.
So by now the acid has dissipated from the other room.
I'm going to just quietly use my potion of healing on myself.
Ah yes, seeing how you took all that damage.
Yep. What do I do with the character? Did origin 2d4 plus 2. Where is it there? It's a 3 and 3, so 6, 8.
So you negated the acid damage pretty much.
Yep. Back up to 20.
Settle.
And remove the potion of healing. Yeah, no good.
So what are you doing?
Oh, the acid is all gone.
It's gone. The room is clear again.
Okay. Do we keep exploring or do we take our winnings? I want that pouch. I guess we keep going. Vernon trudges forward.
Mm-hmm.
And has a look-see into this next room to see what he can see.
So this room that we're in right now is really well lit up.
It's more lit than any other room you've been in.
Did
Yeah,
I miss
and-
anything else other than the shrine to Tiamat that was here? Was there anything else notable about the room?
Well, I'm
No one else-
assuming the room is incredibly smooth stone now that it's been hit with corrosive acid.
No one else checked the rest of the room.
Well, now I will roll a perception check. Given that there's a shrine in the room, there could be other valuable trinkets. Feeling left out now that I have none in my inventory. 13 and pearls, 3, 16. On
16.
perception.
Okay. So there is another passageway leading away from the other direction.
That's all, just a passageway.
Mm-hmm.
So I will relay information telepathically to Rhapsody and Elendil and say there are 2 ways out of this room.
Excellent.
Nah, you didn't hear that.
So Vernon, you're continuing forward.
Yeah, I'm looking in this room, seeing what I can see.
Roll perception check.
16. Yep.
16. You see that hanging from the ceiling.
Ew.
Ew. Well, do I know what that is?
You've encountered one of these before previously.
Excellent.
You tell him what that is.
Therefore, I am suitably disgusted at whatever that thing is.
A Ripper.
A ripper. I gotta zoom in. There we go.
It's like those things from Half-Life.
Yeah.
It looks at you with a curious look on its face.
Oh no. That's a face?
Yeah, it's got a face.
Ooh.
And it speaks. Food.
Did
Wait.
that,
It speaks.
Right.
did that just
Sorcerer.
ask?
Do you speak this language?
It's speaking common to you.
Right. But it's speaking disgusting common. Sorcerer.
It's just asked you for food, so.
Right. Well,
Elendil is still in the back of the room, completely ignoring your call out to him then.
yeah, he's pissed because he didn't open the chest. I understand. Do I have food on me? We
That
got
in
rations,
theory he
right?
wouldn't have known was even there because he was hiding in the corridor to start with.
I said also the steps.
Anyway, I take out some rations and toss it towards the roper. There's some food for you, my tentacly friend.
So you threw over rations.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could find on me that was edible. Well, edible for me. I don't know what this thing eats.
It picks it up and shoves it into its mouth. More? Fresh?
Well, I could feed it the sorcerer, I suppose, but other than that, I don't know. Can't have the rat. That's that's our pet. What food do you like? Fresh food, fresh meat.
Meat.
Ah, were the ones that used to be here? They were feeding you fresh meat.
Oh, yes. Lots of meat.
I do not have any meat on me, but there is the stench of meat outside, or inside the cave, but further back the way we came from, if you want to go there.
It looks at you curiously.
You can eat all the meat you want.
Roll a persuasion check.
This is why we needed the sorcerer to come up. I'm about as persuasive as a... yeah.
2. With where I'm standing, would I have been close enough to have heard this conversation? Perhaps come over and...
Yeah, you would have heard Vernon talking at this point.
Alrighty, I move over as well, and I talk to the roper as well, and I do back up what Vernon has said and give a clearer description of where to find the meat stash, being from the room with the mushrooms, head up to the T-junction and turn right.
Roll a persuasion check. That's going to be higher DC this time.
That's an 18.
18. The roper looks at you. Fresh meat. I will go get. And I will leave you alone. And starts scurrying along the floor this way. You can't move very fast. Just so you know. So.
Well, he doesn't even have legs on my screen, so I'm assuming he's like a snake movement. Kind of like.
Doesn't really say
along.
His
Right.
tendrils sort of pull him along. So he sort of lashes his out with his tendrils and sort of pulls himself along.
Sweet.
Wings from the stalactites as he goes.
I want to play
That'd be
as a
faster.
roper next campaign.
No, you don't. It moves 10 feet around, so.
Oh.
So it's moving very slowly past you all.
I'll just stare at it and just.
We like loot this cave and then walk out. We like pass him. He hasn't made it to the meat yet. He's still going. Poor
It
little
freaks
fella.
me the fuck out, so I hide behind Visok.
Vernon
It's quite
moves
a-
into the room and looks around to see if he can see if the roper was guarding anything or what else
Roll.
is in here.
Roll a perception check.
10.
10. I wish you'd roll higher, but so you see some eggshells. You see a pile of blood.
Ugh.
Ew.
No, this is not a pleasant room. Vernon sees this pile of blood, but is more concerned. He's checks the floor again just to make sure there's no pressure plate traps
Roll an
around.
investigation check.
12.
12. Nothing that you can see.
Still so curious. Only one pressure plate trap.
Technically, there's been 2. When you move that chest.
Technically, there's been one.
Yeah, but you don't know what's off the ball bearings in the first place. So, for all you know, there's been 2.
After being freaked out by the roper, I'm just as creepily and stealthily as I can hiding behind this corner.
Can
and
I
waiting to do whatever
identify
else does.
this ooze?
No, you have no clue what this
No
is.
clue what it is.
Nope.
Sorcerer, do you know what this is?
He's miles back.
Oh,
Do you want me to come take a look?
steps into the stairs. Sorcerer, have you seen this before? Probably dragon related.
Oh, come on,
Back in.
look.
Meanwhile, the fear has clearly overcome me because I rolled a nat 1 on my stealth.
It's just like shaking. You can hear little.
The clattering of his
moans,
weapons
yeah.
against each other.
Mm-hmm.
So would I have any knowledge of this, or like
Roll a
what check do you want me to do?
investigation. History. Do history for this.
I know nothing.
Really?
Nat
You
one.
found all your history checks so far.
Nat fucking one.
For a person who's meant to know a lot about dragons. It's great. Your dice hate you for history.
I'll
Oh.
slowly creep my way in with Rhapsody.
Everything hates Ilindir.
So, as you have moved in, this ooze is just sort of moving around. It hasn't noticed you yet. You hear a second one moving in the back.
I'd like to look around the cave and see what I see
Roll a perception check.
as I came in after Vernon. And 12.
They're all
Everything
side.
hates Ilindir.
I mean, oh no, I haven't come into the room, have I?
I mean, you could have at the same time.
No, because I went to the top of the stairs because that's roughly where I could see where Vernon was standing when he was talking to the thing, so I wouldn't have gone much further into the room then.
Okay. You see that there's quite a few egg fragments on the ground. There
Say
are
this was
number of different
perhaps the hatchery. Given the fact there's egg fragments on the floor. I don't see any dragons.
Are they dragon eggs fragments?
From you haven't seen a dragon egg before, so you wouldn't necessarily know. But
I mean, I'm
they're
just assuming
Crush,
and putting 2 and 2 together.
Crush, you would have noticed that they were fragments from a dragon egg.
Do you want me to make a history check?
No, you
Yes, they're dragon eggs. This was the hatchery. It seems empty except for I don't know what the hell those things are.
Well, perhaps we leave them be and quietly leave. They don't seem to have noticed us, so may be able to get away with not disturbing them.
Sounds like a plan to me.
In my telepathic voice, there was another passage leading out of the acid room.
Yes. Scratch just let us know there's another passage back behind us. No, other than the one that we came out of. So there's a third passage leading out of this room.
So the oozes don't seem to notice you.
Let's go look at this other passage. And Lydia turns and leaves the room.
I'm assuming Scratch is going to lead the way.
Scratch, show us the way.
It was down this way. Beyond this pillar.
You get to
Go anywhere? Dead end?
you get to the passage that Scratch had seen, and it's not so much a passage you walk down, but more slide. It's about 5 feet wide. It's a rough slide that takes you out.
Vernon gets his chainmail and shakes it a bit and lets loose a couple of ball bearings and slides them down to see how far they go and if they activate any traps or anything when they reach the bottom.
You just hear ding, 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 ding.
Nothing. All good.
All good.
Alright, I guess I'll go first.
That was
Oh no,
Shay
I'm not
having-
going to.
That was Shay having to leave.
Oh shit. That means cameras. Give me 5 seconds.
Ah.
Cameras are good, right? Because he's not
No.
on camera? Oh no.
No,
Only
because
There's
one.
I
only half the tab now.
edited it in case Mick turned up. I had it set up so that I'll be right if Mick turned up, but alright, we're good now.
While
Seb's
Streamer
missing.
Man does cameras, Vernon sits on his butt and goes wee, slides down the thing into the next room.
Okay. You make it safely.
I hope I made it safely.
Hey, Vernon, you alive?
Yes, and it was quite fun.
Illindy will follow.
You make it down without issue.
Seeing this and not wanting to be the last one in the room, Scratch follows Illindy.
And I come in behind the rest of the group, figuring
No
that if it's
problem.
a rough landing at the bottom, then I've got a group of people that I can potentially land upon.
And Vissel also follows you down.
Not a single person had fun. You all suck. Disheartened that nobody had fun on the slide, Vernon looks around the room to see what he can see.
Roll a perception check.
And whilst Vernon's distracted looking around the room,
Oh, a natural 20!
Scratch picks up
Let me
a
guess,
few
this
of
is the room with nothing in it.
few of the ball bearings and puts them back in his bag.
Man, I'm surprised Scratch isn't like pecking them out of my chainmail as we go along. Slowly refilling his bag.
Okay, so you see on a table spread out some papers that are burnt and charred.
Seeing completely burnt, or
They're illegible at the moment.
Okay.
You
only
see,
I had a pouch to put them in.
You do realize the patch would be like
yeah,
that big,
patch would have
like
been big enough, but
tiny.
they're really small gems.
I mean, apparently they're burnt papers. Stuff them in, it'll be all good.
There's some books that are also heavily charred and burnt. There's a bed and an empty wardrobe and a empty trunk at the base of the bed.
Vernon turns to Illindir. Sorcerer, any of these books do you recognize with dragons? Are any of them helpful for you?
I will see if I can, read the spines or get an indication of what.
Roll an investigation
Well.
check. None of you have mending, do you?
No.
19.
19. Don't think Rastity does, just for you.
No, sorry.
Yeah. I looked at mending and I was like, man, when would that ever be useful? Apparently,
Right about now.
Yep.
When it said mending, I thought it was a healing spell. I was like, oh, that's cool. And it was like, you can repair a single break. I was like, you can get fractures in this game, such as a chain link. What? Or a key. What? Ah, I don't
Yep.
want this skill.
That's very handy.
Yep.
Especially
Yep,
for
I want
repairing
the skill
papers. One of the books is on Tiamat, and one is on the Sword Coast.
So, psychically, I'll speak with Illindir and say, "That book on Tiamat. Do you know who that is?"
No fucking idea.
Tiamat. Tiamat's a 5-headed draconic goddess.
You would have thought I would have come across that in my readings. Given the amount of research I've done into draconic bloodlines and everything
I'm
draconic.
beginning to be convinced you haven't done any reading into draconic bloodline. I'll still take you at your word.
With those history checks, yeah.
I'm having
Meanwhile, the bard seems to know fairly well about Tiamat.
Let's say for a bard, you would have heard stories travelling around of Tiamat.
I'm wondering whether books were hidden from me at my home.
I'd get a refund on your course that you did, Dragons 101.
Do I look like someone who would have done a course?
I guess not.
I will grab. So these books are like irreadable, aren't like I can't read them at all. Only
Yeah.
bits and pieces.
You open the pages and they're just charred to the point of being illegible, and they're stuck together.
I'll still grab these 2 books and put them in a bag.
And there's a couple of decent sized pieces of paper, and one of the pieces of paper you can sort of make out sort of is it looks like what would have been a map.
Definitely, I'll say to the group that I can't figure out what's saying, but it's perhaps a map. Maybe if we take it to a town, someone might be able to restore these items, and we can get information out of them then.
Works for me.
So I'll grab those, like any books of like those 2 books and any other scraps of paper like off the table, that kind of thing. Grab anything that could possibly hold information.
Yep.
And bundle it together and put it in my bag.
Yep, easy enough. So put together books and maps from the hatchery in your notes.
Yep.
Just so you remember you've got them.
Books and maps.
Got what you need. Bill and do.
Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure what they are. I can't read them, but perhaps I know back at Candlekeep they used to restore quite damaged books and scrolls and make them back to actually being able to read them when they were nothing but charred bits of paper. So if we can find someone who might be able to do that, perhaps we can get some information out of them.
Possible I might be able to do that after a long rest. Right now, I cannot. Shall we continue?
Sure.
I believe we found more or less the information we needed. It was a hatchery, seems to be no longer being used. Whatever was being raised here has been moved on. I say we head back to town.
Blood, oozy pile things in that other room.
Not to mention our meat-eating friend.
I wonder if he's found the meat yet.
At his pace, possibly not.
Wait,
Oh, we'll continue.
what meat did you send him to find?
The stinky room. Don't worry about it, sorcerer. It's fine. Vernon heads into the next room and looks around.
Yeah, it's a guard's room. It's empty and everything's charred and burnt as well.
Is there any, like, arms that would have survived being burnt, like metal, or...?
They took it all with them from the looks of it.
Where does this passage go to the
That
top here?
to the right, it leads you back to where you started.
But we don't know that.
But I'm just saying,
There's a fork in the road. Left or
Yeah.
right?
where does that actually take? Ooh, okay. Huh, didn't realise that was there.
Anybody?
Roll a d20, 10 plus, you go left.
Works for me. 10 plus, we go left. 3, we're going right.
Okay, it sounds like as good a plan as me. I got.
Wait,
And as you
where,
walk-
where is Ulandir? Oh, there he is. There's Ulandir.
And Visok's walking behind you as well.
Ah, we're back in the dark room.
But you can see
Burning
the
light with
daylight
torch.
coming from your left.
Head towards the light.
Head towards the light.
Wait, I'm sure I got told not to head towards the light in the dark when you're in a dark tunnel.
I'll just be back in a second. Vernon heads. Works his way carefully to not disturb the mushrooms and picks up the pouch.
As soon as he said, I'm going, I'll be right back, I'm like, I know what he's going to do.
That's a nice pouch.
Scratch. Very.
It's a
very
velvet
happy to get
pouch?
back out into daylight.
Velvet pouch. I might be able to put some magic dice in here. Does anybody know of any magic dice?
Not magic dice, but you know great places to store magic dice.
Hmm.
Scratch just. points in the
Woodforge.com.
Food.
Hardwood. Hardwood dice
Hardwood.
boxes.
I don't want a hardwood dice box. I want a velvet pouch. I'm a sophisticated man here. Sorry, sophisticated Goliath.
I just had to do the one plug before, even while he wasn't here.
All right, that's fair.
So, you are now back outside in the camp where the smoldering remains of all the camp tents are.
Now that we're out, is it still light outside?
It's only taking a couple of hours to go through the cave,
Yep,
plus the
alright.
rest, so it's probably
Excellent. Now that we're out in the good light,
3:30.
Vernon kind of shakes off any remaining ball bearings.
you wouldn't have had that. You wouldn't have had any by
Good.
now.
I'm glad. No more ball bearings ever.
Going down that slide would have removed any of the last ones that were left.
Excellent. Bloody ball bearings.
So if we were to head straight back to town, we'd probably make it there sort of, say,
7 o'clock.
9? Oh, 7?
four.
All right, yeah.
7. If you want to go quickly, you can make it there by 7.
In time for a
Time for-
feed and a long rest.
Yep.
Works for me.
Hire talent out of here.
You aren't checking the rest of the camp before you go.
Well,
No.
it's
If
all
it's
burnt.
like the rest of it, it'll all be burnt.
Yep.
Is there any sign of like any area that didn't get fully burnt?
Nope.
Just head back to town.
Yeah.
To town.
It'll power you through, and after you get back to town about 7:30. By the time you get back.
Well, that was an interesting place to be. Good chat.
We find the governor, let him know what the deal is, that we'll stay the night, and we're going to head off to that place, El Thuril, in the morning. Yeah.
Also,
So you
let
find
him
the
know that the
Go on. You find him in the mess hall, having dinner with his family.
Governor, we've returned again.
So that was awfully quick. Have they left?
Seems to have. There was a couple of, I don't even know how to describe them, monstrosities in the cave. But we dealt with them, and a few creatures, I don't know how to explain them, they're in the caves, but other than that, all the cultists are gone.
That is good news for us.
Fortunately, we found empty dragon egg shells.
Well, hopefully they're not in this area, but nevertheless, we thank you for that.
There is a roper in the cave.
That is a strange one. But they usually don't come out of the cave, so if no one goes in there, it should be safe.
Well, just make sure the villagers know.
Yes,
That
we
it's got
shall.
a taste of fresh meat.
We shall inform people. Thank you for that. Before Leosin departed yesterday, he also brought you some horses to ride to the next city with. They'll be waiting for you at the stable for you to take when you're ready to depart.
That's awful kind of him.
Indeed. I believe you shall benefit greatly from working with him. But for now, I have to get back to my food, and it looks like you need a rest and food and drink and it's everything else. And
Yes.
possibly a bath from the smell.
Yes. It wasn't terribly pleasant within those caves.
Was there anything even there? Did you find anything from this town?
The books and stuff that Ilandir picked up that are full of char.
I doubt that they would have come from here.
There was a pit that had some items in it. I didn't see any of it myself, but Vernon got down there. Scratch got down there and he found a buckle, belt buckle.
Fair enough. So it sounds like they took most of the valuable stuff with them if they departed.
That they did. Is there anything in particular you're hoping that we might find in there?
Some of our valuable stuff, but never mind.
It's been too light. Psychic connection we've gone by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'll just turn my head away from the governor. I'm assuming there's like people talking in the area that you could have just a quiet whispered conversation without being heard.
Pretty much.
I'll say to Rhapsody, what about the jewelry? Should we tell him about that?
I pull out the shiny pearls, the string of pearls, sorry, and I say, we found this in a chest. Does it look familiar?
Indeed. It is one of our prominent traders. They were for his wife.
We also had this sapphire and gold ring.
And that was for an innkeeper. That was from their grandfather. It is one of their heirlooms.
And there was also this half dozen gems.
And they were cut for our jeweler who was making some jewelry for some people. If you don't mind, I'll take them off you and I will give you a cash reward for them.
Seems fair.
So he hands over a bag of 300 gold for the items. Not as much as they're worth if you try to pilfer them, but for the people, it is nice to have something back that's from before the raid.
So as you guys have lost enough, it's nice to be able to give something back to the town.
Indeed. It might not seem much to use, but to those families, it will benefit them greatly. Now, if that will be all.
Is there anything else we can help with before we intend to leave tomorrow, but is there anything else you might need a hand with before we do leave town?
No, there is nothing else. You will need to get up and head out to Althuriel and rendezvous with Leosin and your frog friend.
I think that's what we'll do. Thank you for your hospitality while we've been in town, and
thank you for your assistance in these endeavors. Good journey. Let us know how everything goes in the end if you ever come back this way.
Thank you for your hospitality.
and good luck in the rebuild.
Thank you.
And I think I'm gonna have something to eat and then go up and have a bath and then head off for a long rest.
Yep.
Lydia's
And
doing
head
the
off
same.
for a long rest.
Sounds like a
Mhm.
plan.
Long rest all
And-
round.
Long rest.
And with that, you hit level 4.
Oh,
Yay!
yes! Dun, 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 dun.
Now, do you go the trait points or do you go for feat?
Fuck, I need to go trade so I get more fucking pluses in history. Fucking hell. It's just frustrating when, like, a whole backstory of the character is based on... He's been searching for dragons, like, dragon knowledge his whole life, and he doesn't know anything about dragons.
To be fair, Tim, it wouldn't necessarily come up in your specific research for what you're looking for.
Yeah,
He doesn't
boy.
exactly like mortals.
Just one of those funny things. I'm like, really?
Hmm.
That was a good session. Thanks,
Yeah.
Thanks guys for joining us again. Thanks, Wes for powering through with the screamy thing.
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's totally fine.
Totally. Hey Sully, how you doing? You come in right at the end, but I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the end. So the one shot we did that we had Nelda join us for, that was a guest DM, and a few different people join us for during the Subathon on Saturdays, now up on YouTube. Make sure to go check that out. This episode will be up. I'm hoping to get some editing done this weekend, if not next week sometime. So make sure to check them out on YouTube. Catch up in some of the past episodes if you missed some of the previous action. Yeah, any words or anything, guys?
No.
Nope. Alright.
No, all good. All good.
Well, from us here, thank you for joining us for another D&D adventure. And, we'll pick it up all again next week. Have we got Woots back next week?
We should have. At least
Should
as
have.
far as I know.
Yeah, as far as I know, he's back. I just,
Don't know anything different. Don't know anybody missing next week
yeah.
at
Just,
this stage.
we'll have our music master back who can actually, know the music, the scenes and everything. They'll make it better for us. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. You guys are awesome as always. And from us here, have a good night, evening, whatever it is for you guys. We'll catch you next time. Bye!
Yeah.
No.